Good evening and welcome to 549's media coverage of Perham Yellowjacket activities. We thank you for tuning in to tonight's event. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by these fine sponsors: KLN Family Brands, Perham Health, and United Community Bank. Tonight's game is also brought to you by EOT Insurance, Hammers Construction, Horace Mann, Jack Rivers Realty, and Lake Sace Hardware. Also proud sponsors of tonight's broadcast include New Horizons Realty, Ottertail Power Company, Nice Family Sales, Hanson Plumbing Heating, and McCall Construction. Now let's head to the press box for tonight's broadcast here on the 549 Media Network.
Well, welcome into the fort, home of the DGF Rebels. We're live here with 549 Media covering Section 8 AA Wrestling tonight, and two semifinal matches going to be underway shortly. Around 6 o'clock, we'll bring you some pre-match workup here. We'll look at what's going on. You see, we're kind of transitioned to the right. We'll be on the right mat on your dial. On the left mat, you're going to have Minnewaska Area. They will be taking on DGF, and we'll fill you in on this whole bracket thing here shortly. Our Perham Yellowjackets will be on the right mat facing off against the Thief River Falls Prowlers. Rematch to an early season, and we'll cover that as we go along too. Lots of great things, a lot of good action last night, a couple nail biters we'll talk about. Again, how this is going to work is if the Yellow Jackets stay, they win this semifinal round, we're going to stay on this same stream. We'll kind of break, as I'm sure it'll go center stage, and they'll reconfigure the fort, so to speak, as we get going. And I'm sure they'll drop the lights, and we forgot our lantern from Jesse and I going through. So we'll reconvene, but we'll stay on this stream the whole night and bring you all the action as long as the Yellow Jackets are still alive, in hopes of punching their ticket to the XL Center and the 2025 State Wrestling Championships. And the venue's starting to fill up, Jesse, and again, it's been a few years for you. I've never been in this spot other than sitting in the stands cheering for my boys. Probably lie there, pacing somewhere for my boys. I even got a few jitters tonight with being in the semifinal round.
Yeah, there's definitely a big-time buzz in the air. Talking to a lot of different coaches, they're all ready. I mean, it's going to be a great environment. Everybody's just waiting. You can see a lot of people, a lot of smiles. This is what it's all about. This is what you work for, and it's just going to be fun to see it all come to fruition.
Well, we'll talk about that much more. That's Jesse Hine. I'm Lance Rock. We're honored to bring you Section 8 AA Wrestling. Again, just a quick recap. We'll be covering the Perham Yellowjackets versus the Thief River Falls Prowlers. We'll give you updates on the other match as best as we can. Both of us are definitely going to keep the eye on the right mat, but also you got to keep your eye on the left, because that's going to be your next opponent if you win. So we're glad you're with us tonight. We're going to step away for just a few seconds, come back, we'll kind of recap last night, we'll get you into tonight, and things are starting to happen here at the fort, and it's going to be a great night of Section 8 AA Wrestling.
I'm Jen Hendrickson with United Community Bank.
Jacket Pride isn't something we take lightly. We support the teachers and support staff that help teach our children every day. We support local Perham athletes with our Battle of the Bees sponsorship nights. And every year we award 4 scholarships to Perham seniors. Yellowjackets are my team, and United Community Bank is my bank.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
We take pride in what we send out. When you open a bag of licorice, you want that licorice to look good, you want that licorice to taste good. We work for you. We take pride in what we're making and what we are offering. It is so important to me. I do thank KLM from the bottom of my heart that they believe you and your family is important.
Hey, it's Tucker again, did you know? EOT Insurance Agency.
McCall Construction is the Lakes Area full-service construction management company, offering a truly personalized experience. From dream homes to commercial spaces, McCall Construction focuses on putting you first with experienced value engineering that delivers on your vision and surpasses your expectations. Whether you already have a plan or you're just getting started, give them a call. McCall Construction will make the entire process so much easier. Call them at 218-346-7070 or check them out on Facebook.
Horseman Investments and Insurance can help you with your retirement planning goals and insurance protection needs. Kyle Van Dyke and his team provides educated retirement solutions, wealth management strategies, inheritance and legacy planning, and personalized auto, homeowners, and life insurance protection plans. We are here for your lifelong financial wellness. To set up an appointment, call Kyle Van Dyke at 218-236-6665 or email at kyle.vandyke@horseman.com.
Well, welcome back into the fort here, the home of the Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton Rebels. Section 8 AA wrestling coming your way. We're probably about 5 to 8 minutes away from starting. Again, how did we get here? And that's kind of one of those questions as you get going. And Jesse, we talked about last night, it really starts and builds as our bracket has stayed true to form up to this point. It really starts with the whole season. You start to wonder, why do these matches count in early December, and now we're here almost to the end of February, but it's really your whole body of work that gets you into this position.
Yeah, absolutely, and we talked about it in December as well. A lot of teams, they're wrestling straight up just to see where their own team is at, and now as you work through the season, guys get down to weight. You end up looking more toward the matchups that you want, see where the chips fall, who you're going to wrestle, what's your path to try to get down to the XL Center, and it all comes down to tonight.
And that gets us to the fort here in Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton. And again, hats off to the school staff here, more than welcoming as we came in tonight. And again, a good atmosphere. Again, with the two mats, we've got one end of bleachers pushed in. That's the one that you can see. The other end is out. Minnewaska's taking that one over. Your Yellow Jacket fans will be to our right, and the Thief River Falls Prowlers across the way, as you can start to see some blue across the way there. So a good setup, a really fun atmosphere. I think it's going to be here tonight as we get wrestling. And then we'll get into the bracket a little bit. Last night in Perham, you got to witness or follow us either way. The Pequot Lakes Pine River Bacchus Road Crew came through, and they just stormed right through Park Rapids. And I thought for a second, Jesse, oh boy, hold on to this if you're the Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets turned around and did the same thing to Pequot Lakes Pine River Bacchus. That's what launched them into the semifinals. Really impressed with what we saw out of the Yellow Jackets last night.
Yeah, for sure. Pequot came out with a vengeance and did what they needed to do in the first round, and then the Yellow Jackets, kind of the same story. They were ready to rip. They knew they had one task. They went out, took care of business, and here we are.
Yeah, and as we look down the line, again, our bracket's a little bit confusing because when you get to the semifinals, you cross bracket, and that's what you're going to see. So actually, our opponent, Thief River Falls, they came out of the west side, so you'll see them down in the last part of your mat. They ended up defeating Detroit Lakes, defeated Roseau. Then Thief River in the barn burner of the night, 32-31, in maybe one that was a little tighter than we even imagined. But when you get into those 2-3s, that leads Thief River up to take on Perham. So it's the 1 and the 2 seed squaring off from each other, and it's same on the bottom half. Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton, United Clay Becker defeated Fergus Falls. Then DGF really took matters into their own hands, 66-6 victory over the Dilworth-Glyndon, and then Dilworth-Glyndon over United Clay Becker. They're going to get Minnewaska. Minnewaska defeated Alexandria in a pretty good match. Again, so you're left now, as you can see, with your final 4. We're going to try to catch this as the Yellowjackets are now entering the stand. They'll be coming in from your left. I don't know if they'll quite get far enough. And the Prowlers are also coming out to the mat as we speak. So we're going to have some introductions. Jesse, these two teams wrestled earlier in the year. Yellowjackets, it's so hard to say what a handled win is in wrestling, because 1 or 2 turns and it's not a big disparity anymore. But they really took control of that match, and we all know things can be different tonight. But what can we gather from what we saw the first time?
Well, it gives you some confidence. It gives you a base here to look at, and
we're going to step away as they're going to the anthem already.
This year, United Community Bank wants to welcome you home. If you close on a new home or land purchase with United Community Bank before December 15th, you'll earn a $500 gift to a local business. Welcome home from your friends at UCB. Terms and conditions apply. Learn more at ucbankmn.com. United Community Bank, Perham, Frazee, Dent. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. NMLS number 421829.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction, your vision, our team.
At New Horizons Realty, we're on your team. For over 25 years, we've been helping families and businesses find the perfect place to call home here in the Lakes area. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or just dreaming, we've got the experience and local knowledge to guide you through every step of your real estate journey. As proud supporters of the Perham Yellowjackets, we believe in building strong teams on the mat, court, or field, and in the community. Check out our current listings at perhamrealestate.com or give us a call today at 218-346-7767.
Well, welcome back into the fort. Captain's just returning. Thief River Falls wins the flip of the, not the coin anymore, but the paddle or whatever you would call. Not sure how that's going to affect what's going to go on tonight. Both Jesse and I tried to find our way through and kind of look at what we thought might be some of the matchups and the key matchups. But again, we're going to be starting right on time, which I was a little surprised with, Jesse. I thought maybe there'd be a little more fanfare here with announcing of the teams, but it was teams coming in, and we're ready to rock and roll, and this should be a good one, I think, tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. Both coaches ready to roll, both teams ready to rip, and we're going to get going here right away. We
got Beckham Bunkowski coming out, 20-12. on the season for Beckham. And he goes to early work here, takes a 3-0 lead, and I think it's Caden Nelson. Jesse, if I heard right, I'm going to rely on you a little bit that tonight. I'm kind of squeezed in here trying to find my thing. If it's Caden Nelson, 8th grader, 20-19 on the season, Beckham Winkowski 20-12. So as we start to look at matchups, nice start by Beckham. Again, in a bad spot right here. He doesn't want to get over the top of the head, as that headlock was thrown a lot last night, and it's proven to be dangerous.
No doubt. Beckham starting the way we want to, same way as last night with a nice double leg and a good finish. Looking like we're kind of in a neutral position here. Both guys going for some hip tosses. We're going to go back to the center of the mat with a minute left here in the first period.
And if you followed us last night, you saw one official. Now you see two. That trail official is really beneficial in these tight matches, being able to see that 1 point of contact still in. Again, now if you're Bunkowski, you got to be thinking, look out for this headlock. And again, Caden Nelson is pretty squirrely underneath, but nice ride and nice way to continue to keep point of pressure by Beckham Bunkowski.
Yeah, really nice recovery, kind of a roll attempt by Nelson right off the whistle. You can tell, and from my past history and knowledge with Thief River Falls, is they are a big move team, especially come section time. So can't let your guard down no matter what the score here. Got to maintain good technique, and so far Beckham's doing that. 40 seconds remain on your Otter Tail Power scoreboard. And again, Jesse, this is a rematch of last year's semifinals. The Yellow Jackets came through on that one, 37-24, eventually lost to Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton in the finals. Again, you're starting to see a little bit of consistency on the teams that have rose to the top here the last couple years. This is a key one, I think, for the Yellow Jackets. Not only, I think it's just, it wipes out those nerves if you have a very successful. We got a caution right off of here, and you can hear the crowd noise already. It's not a huge crowd, but they're in it right now, and I imagine it will gain. Beckham gets a 1 count. Might be in a little trouble here, Jess. Yeah, he kind of bailed out of there into a nice double leg. He's going to recover here. He's going to continue to put a hard ride on here. See if Beckham can roll a wrist underneath and get to that bar that he likes.
20 seconds remain here. Period number 1, 107-pound match. Brought to you by United Community Bank. We have a lot of sponsors. It went pregame went a lot faster. There's a reversal. So 6 seconds remaining. Reversal there by Caden Nelson makes it 3-2. This would be huge if Beckham could get out and regain one of those 2 points here in the last 5 seconds.
No doubt. We'll see what happens here. Beckham coming off the bottom right away, getting to his feet. Going to be too little, too late.
And again, we talked about scoring points in the very last seconds and what that can do, both for your thought and your thought process, but it also builds some confidence. And if you're Caden Nelson, that was a huge reversal to draw you back in. Beckham right back in on a double.
Yeah, he back in on a double. You can see Nelson kind of looking for a hip toss. Beckham doing a nice job staying low on his finish. Roll attempt again here, but Beckham looks to hop over and catch him on his back. This would be big, but no back points in the process.
Boy, Caden Nelson, Beckham doing everything right. Caden Nelson just ultimate and not staying on his back, and he moves very, very well. Again, 8th grader and 7th grader going here, and we're looking for pretty tight here, but he seems to find a way to get off of his back, and now looking to come out the backside and get another reversal, and he does just that. 6-4, minutes, 15 seconds remaining here, period number 2.
Yeah, Beckham's just got to regain himself here, try to get back to his feet here where he's been the most confident. Nelson kind of running a bar, but Beckham pops his hips out, looks to be in a good spot. See if he can stretch him out here for a reversal of his own.
8-4 now your score. 55 seconds remain on the clock. And again, lots of sponsors that we didn't get a chance. Again, I saw Jesse Hine, former Perham wrestler in his own right, saying just get rid of him. Don't get into this roly-poly stuff and get yourself caught. And he does just that. Releases him 8-5 is our score. 42 seconds remaining. Looked like they were each going to have a little question. We might have a little bit of a injury time. Nope, looks like we're back, ready to go. Did they not award the escape?
I think they did, but there was a takedown attempt on the edge. I don't believe they gave him a takedown, but it should be 8-5, and we should be neutral here.
And again, we got coaches out. We've got all kinds of different things going on here. We got a blood timeout happening right now. So we'll take that blood timeout with them, and we'll be right back in your 107-pound match. Beckham Bunkowski up 8-5.
Energy-efficient technologies have the power to connect us all, so we can save more than ever before. Evolve. And make choices that are smart. For you. For them. And for all of us. Because with energy-efficient technologies, we can connect to a better, smarter home.
Back here live at the fort, both wrestlers back in the center, the blood taken care of here. 38 seconds remaining. Bunkowski up 8-5 in the first one, and some really good matches and some really good young wrestlers. And again, we'll try to give you some updates as we get another 3 by Bunkowski, up 11-6 with 20 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Beckham found his sweet spot there with that double leg. Again, Nelson trying to roll him through. Here he caught him on his back. We should have some back points. No back points in transition. No change in position there either. 10 seconds here. I would suspect Beckham try to ride the period out here on top. Another roll attempt.
Boy, he's dangerous with that roll, and you hope that one just doesn't stick. He's trying again, but now back points are happening. Beckham caught him in that roll, and we're going to get 3. Makes it 14-5, puts Beckham into bonus points as a major now is within hand, and we're going to start period number 3. Again, we would like to thank a bunch of our sponsors here as we're going to try to get as many in as we can throughout the night, but we'd like to thank Jack Chivers Realty, Lakes Ace Hardware, Hilltop Lumber, Marco, Hanson's Plumbing and Heating, the Perham Area Community Center, Bremer Bank, Steve Sanitation, and we'll talk about some of the wrestlers of the match and the like that will be given away at the end of this one as we get going. And now, good job there by the referee, and Beckham's looking for the fall.
Yeah, that's a big-time series on the edge there. He saw the roll coming, buried that half Nelson there. That's a tech fall for Beckham Bunkowski. Really nice way to start it for the Yellowjackets tonight.
Again, so Beckham Bunkowski puts the Yellowjackets up on the board with a tech fall. 5 points awarded to the Yellowjackets. Bo Bush coming out onto the mat, 11-17 record for Bo. Again, Bo's, Jesse, you mentioned he's had a really, really good start to this last part, but coming up against a tough customer, I believe, from Thief River Falls.
Yeah, Lincoln Davis, that Davis name kind of runs deep in the Thief River Falls program. Bo gave up a tech fall to him earlier in the year, but again, that was December. I'm looking forward to Bo battling in this match to see where we can gain some points back.
Bo Bush, a 9th grader. Lincoln Davis, a sophomore, 32-4 on the season after last night's victory for him. And again, you know that this is where we're going to go blow for blow here for a little bit for Thief River Falls Prowlers. They definitely want to gain back those 5 that they lost here, but Bo Bush doing a nice job and really trying to get that early takedown.
Yeah, Bo maintaining really good position in his defense. Davis throwing 3-4 different attacks at him, and Bo over the years has stretched out a bit, and his length is starting to give him a little bit more fits here. Davis with a fireman attempt here. Bo trying to fight it off. This one looks pretty deep. Bo's got a belly out here. It's a 3-point takedown for Davis.
Right, and for the listeners at home, Jesse, you say belly out. You want to explain that a little bit for those at home?
As you're going to, giving up the takedown, if you're on your side, you got to get to your belly once you've surrendered the takedown so that they can't chain wrestle into something to give them some near fall. So Bo did a good job there. He knows what his job is here for the Yellow Jackets. He's doing a good job on the bottom, tying up hands, continuing to move. Hands got to be forward against this Thief River Falls team who is just known for being pinners.
15 seconds remaining, like you said. Lincoln Davis up 3-0 here on Bo Bush. And again, I like that. He did a great job. He gave up 3, no more. And again, that's good stuff for the Yellow Jackets. And I think anything you gain from what you gave up early in December is a win right here for the Yellow Jackets.
No doubt. Bo, again, he knows his job here. This is wrestling for your team now. We're not in the individual portion, so I'm sure Coach Vetch and his staff had a plan headed into this match, and looks like Bo will start the second period on top.
Yeah, defer by Lincoln Davis, or by Bush. Davis takes the down position, obviously trying to get a point, 1 if not 2. Again, we'll try to give you some updates as we go over to the other side. It looks like they're already at the 127-pound match, maybe 133. Minnewaska Lakers up 12-4 over the Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton Rebels. Not a real surprise. Minnewaska real salty down low, Jesse. A lot of ranked wrestlers down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like Davis has come to his feet here. We're kind of in a single and a whizzer position. Davis with another shot. I don't believe there's not any points yet. So if Davis finishes this will be for 2, but Bo is still in control at this moment. He's scrambling, trying to dive under, see if he can pass an ankle. Looks like they're going to give him the 2-point reversal right there.
And almost better there than him getting the 1 and then 3 now with the new rule. That would have been a 4-point move instead of a 2, so every point counts here. We're just ticked under a minute remaining here in period number 2, 5-0 in favor of Davis, and he's trying to roll Bo over, but it looks like they're running out of real estate.
Yeah, Bo doing a really nice job maintaining good position. He spent a whole minute of the period on top with a really good ride, and that's going to make a difference down the stretch here.
Again, both wrestlers back to the middle of the mat. Bo looks like maybe got a finger rolled up a little bit or something underneath him, trying to stretch that back out. We've got 40 seconds on your Otter Tail Power scoreboard. And again, you would imagine Davis is going to try to put something together, but nice job by Bo trying to get to his base.
Yeah, he's fighting hands here. He tried a little change over there, continuing to make Davis follow him around here. He got a belly out in this position. Looks like Davis has a boot in. I see
2 and now a count again.
Should be a count of 4 I think he'll get to.
So that makes it 9-0. You see how accomplished a wrestler Davis is. Knew right when he got that 4, let that go. Trying to get some more here with 4 seconds remaining, but it looks like it's going to be 9-0 in favor of Lincoln Davis heading into the third period. And this match is brought to you by Caitlin Family Brands.
Coach Vetch says let's go on our feet here. Bo did a good job in the first period tying up hands. I know Coach Geiser's going to want Davis to pick up the pace and continue to go. His length is an issue for a lot of the guys he wrestles, but Bo staying in a good spot, trying to work this front head. Davis working a little knee tap, coming around for the 3-point takedown.
I like how he went from that arm drag and then immediately went into a high C-type look and then kind of got Bo off of his rock a little bit and off of his balance. And again, you're seeing kind of a wily veteran, and now we have a stall call, and we saw that come to play early yesterday, Jesse, as we're starting to call them faster. It's 12-0, so a 3-point near fall here ties this match up, and you know that's what Lincoln Davis is trying to accomplish right now.
Yeah, Davis doing a really nice job on top. Looks like Bo's giving up some back points here. Looks like he's going to be able to belly out for 2 back points.
So that makes it 14, and I think they thought he was almost in a pinning hold there, and you probably saw a little bit of the Prowler coaching staff. They thought it was going to be 3 and over. I think they still kind of like a pin out of this one.
Yeah, for sure. You could see all of them following Mr. Bakke on those counts, but 48 seconds here. See if Bo can finish strong here and save a team point.
Right, you wonder how long he'll try to turn. He's had some opportunities to turn, that being Lincoln Davis, or if he'll just cut him and try to get that takedown and go in. But again, if he thinks he can pin him, it's going to have to be from here.
Yeah, Coach Geiser looking for a stall call. I don't think it's going to come this quick. Bo's still working to his base, but Davis with a catch cradle attempt. Bo's got a belly out here if he can and fight hands in this position. If he can work to his belly, it should be it. There we go.
There we are, and we're all knotted up again. 5-5. Lincoln Davis, your winner by tech fall. Evens the score, the Otter Tail Power scoreboard up 5-5. We're going to head into 121 pounds, and we'll find out who both teams are bringing out shortly. For the Yellow Jackets, it's going to be Dresden-Wegscheid, 26-15 on the season. And Thomas Eidsmoe for the Thief River Falls Prowlers. Wegscheid, a junior, 26-15. Eidsmoe, a 9th grade, 22-17. And it's kind of interesting to see the Eidsmoe name in a Prowler uniform, kind of synonymous for years with the Roseville Rams, Jesse.
Yeah, absolutely. This matchup last time was actually with Bo Bush. They're originally up at 121, so Eidsmoe stayed there. Dresden in on a nice single leg. Wrestling really physical again, just like he did last night. Nice back trip finish for a 3-point takedown.
Well, and it's been fun to watch Dresden-Wegscheid go from one of the young kids to now one of the veterans on the team, and you just see his sense of urgency tonight as he's putting on the pressure and going for the takedown game. He's already up 6-1. We haven't even gone a minute. Nice move, and then catches him on his back.
Yeah, Drez with a nice fireman's carry. See if he can climb up toward the head, get those hips to roll back, and work into a fall here. You see him trying to flip those hips back. Eidsmoe doing a good job going to daylight underneath. Should be 4 near fall here once the looks like he's got a arm bar here. Running a deep half on the other side. This could be tight if he gets it going.
And there's 45 seconds remaining here on the score clock, and again, you gotta like that aggressive flavor here that we're seeing out of Dresden-Wegscheid tonight. Still holding those points, so in theory it's 13-2. And again, there's the 4 potentially dangerous called, so 13-2, 30 seconds remaining. Still period number 1, so about the same as last night, Jesse. We saw the Yellow Jackets come out aggressive, a lot of points scored in the first period.
Yeah, absolutely, and this has been a key for Drez, especially in the later half of the year, but he's kind of come out with a purpose and just been really, really physical. And when he's confident and physical, he's a tough customer to mess with.
Our blood timeouts tonight brought to you by Perham Health. So we'd like to thank Perham Health for bringing us the blood timeouts. We'll step away while they patch him up. We'll be right back with the conclusion of the 121-pound match. Oh, it looks like they're coming right back out, so we're going to stay 13-2. We don't want to miss out on any action if we don't have to. So 13-2 is your score. Again, they quick work on Eidsmoe here to get him back into the action. And again, referees ready. Dresden looking really, really good tonight, Jesse, but we saw this many times last night. You never want to take anything for granted in the sport of wrestling because that's when it comes to bite you.
Yeah, absolutely, and this Prowlers team is kind of known for, in the matches, that they are not favored in maybe picking 1 or 2 moments to try to throw a big one. Here, Drez goes from a double leg to a body lock straight to Eidsmoe. Eidsmoe's back. This is going to be big with 10 seconds left. We'll see if he can settle in here. That looks really tight. This would be a big pin for the Jackets.
And it looks like he's going to hold on. The score clock's out. Again, it'll be a tech fall in favor of Dresden-Wegscheid. And again, it's been the night of tech falls here as we're cruising along, Jesse. And again, it's this time for the Yellow Jackets. And what a great match by Dresden-Wegscheid as he came out, knew what he had to do, and just got after it.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been a leader for the Jackets all year long, and looks like we're going to send Peyton Trout here at 127 pounds.
So Brian Berg on the mat for the Prowlers. Brian Berg is a freshman, 24-11, and again, that was close to a takedown. It looked like hands maybe were down, but maybe didn't have control. Brian Berg, again, a freshman, 24-11. Peyton Trout, an 8th grader, 21-14. So again, probably one of those matches you look at that could be a toss-up. I would not bet against Peyton Trout right now. As we talked about last night, he is wrestling with a ton of confidence.
Yeah, for sure. Berg came out with a nice duck under for a takedown, but here Trout in deep, kind of John Smith single, trying to come out the back. We'll see if he can take a big step, work one of his ankles free, and reach back for that hip. He's got to take a big step here. There we go.
Boy, quick move there to go. I thought it was going to be down, but a nice work by Berg getting back to his feet.
Yeah, Trout setting it up here. See if he can take a couple steps back to keep him on the mat. He's got to go for a finish here. Berg doing a good job, showing some balance here. We're getting close to the edge. We'll see how long Mr. Bakke lets him go. There we go, nice back trip. Trout going for a cradle right away. Looks like he has it locked.
3 points, but there's a headlock, and then Trout brings him over the top, and he's going to get back points, and this is a dangerous spot right now.
Wow. I think he got 4 near fall there, and then somehow Spider-Man'd off his back to end up on top.
And here we go again. Again, that slipped out, and that headlock comes into play again, Jesse. 8-3 is your score, 20 seconds remaining, and this has been all action. Now 8-5 after the reversal. Woo! Time to catch our breath a little bit at the end of this one, but nice work by both wrestlers. And again, we thought this would be a toss-up match, and it's happening just as we thought.
Yeah, last time these two teams met, Brian Berg wrestled Dresden Wegscheid and lost in a decision in a 21-16 contest. So Mr. Berg, no stranger to putting up a lot of points on the board here.
Right as we look to the mat to our left, the Rebels have now taken a little stroll through it and doing a really nice job. They're up 13-12 at the 139-pound weight class. So keeping an eye on that. If the Yellow Jackets win, we will stay on the same stream. We'll bring you the championship as well. And again, Yellow Jackets coming out really aggressive, leading 10-5. Peyton Trout doing a nice job on the ride here, but eventually gives up the escape. So 8-6, minute 30 remaining. Trout in on a single leg.
Yeah, it's that same single leg he hit before. Same position. He's going to look to come out the back here. He's reaching back. He's got to clear one of his legs, try to take a big step with his left foot, maybe put Mr. Berg in danger, but doing a nice job passing an ankle. In these positions, you got to keep your head high. Looks like Trout's going to come over for a 3-point takedown.
Right, nice job, and as a surprise, usually those wrestlers want to hang on to that ankle. Somehow Trout got Berg to release it, made it a lot easier, his path to getting that takedown. So up 11-6 is Peyton Trout right now.
It would make me feel a lot better if Peyton didn't hang his head quite so much when he's reaching for some of those cradles, because history shows the Prowlers like to rip that headlock from anywhere. So
escape for Berg, 11-7, and again, it's hard to say you're ever out of harm's way now with 3 points per takedown. Again, looks like we got a little headgear issue here, and I agree with you. We've seen that headlock. We've seen that arm fly back by Berg a couple times now. Peyton's got to be very careful not to expose his head like that, because you get one good wrap on that head and all of a sudden you're looking at the lights.
There he is on a single again, doing a nice job driving across for a 3-point takedown.
And has him flat on his back for a second there. Look at the arch by Berg, and somehow turns himself over. But 3-3, I believe. 18-7 lead with 10 seconds remaining here for Trout.
Yeah, Trout wrestling really controlled right now. Doing a really nice job just letting Berg do some of the crazy things he's trying to do. And these shots, we talked about it a lot last night, they've all been low below the knee. It keeps you out of harm's way in some of those finishes.
5 seconds remaining here on our Otter Tail Power scoreboard. Again, if this one holds true, we've got a lot of things going here as we head to the end of this match when we do our post-game kind of pre-game if the Yellow Jackets win. we'll have the wrestler of the match brought to you by Steve Sanitation. Pin for the win by Horace Mann. Big move of the match by KLN, and the money move by United Community Bank. So lots of things here, and Mr. Trout,
really nice
job
there. Oh, but Berg with a huge crossface here. Trout still hanging on to that leg. In this position, looks like he's going to give up a 3-point takedown.
18-10 now, and again looking into, almost had that cradle hooked up, Jesse, and it almost looked like he baited him into it a little bit, but I think it was reaction and not ready for it. So it'll be interesting to see what they do if they ride. We're going to have a little blood time out here. This one looks like it might take them a second or two. We'll step away, 18-10. We'll be back here shortly after this break.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
Back here at the fort in Glyndon, and they're putting together Peyton Trout back here. His dad, Coach Trout, Johnny on the spot, taking care of a little blood work there. 18-10 in favor of Peyton Trout. Again, a nice little move there by Berg, got him back into this match. It looks like I thought maybe takedown game. I think he thinks he can turn him, and he's looking to get that cradle in.
Yeah, he's going for it. Big time crossface off the whistle. The quick warning on Trout on the bottom. He's got to work to peel that crossface off so he can work back to his feet. Berg getting really physical with it. Trout doing a pretty good job. He just can't let his hips go. Looks like we're going back to blood time.
Yeah, again, blood time out. Trout coming over to the sideline. We can show you again this bracket as we're talking. Again, Perham and Thief River Falls to our right, Matt. Going again, Yellow Jackets up 10-5 in the 127-pound match. Over to our left, we have Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton and Minnewaska Lakers, and it's 13-12 in favor of the home Vantage Rebels right now at 139 pounds, so they've got a barn burner going over there, but we all know what comes up at the end of the Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton lineup, as they got three state ranked wrestlers at 89, 215, and 285. So the lead's going to have to be fairly big for Minnewaska towards the end of that for the upset to happen there.
Yeah, it's kind of a wild one. You can hear their fans going at it. It's been some back and forth matches, and that's what this section tournament's all about.
A lot of pins over there, so they're a few weight classes ahead of us right here. We're just under a minute, period number 327. Big mat return there for Berg. Right into that cradle. He certainly wants to get that cradle hooked up. Trout doing a good job, but now you see Berg countering that cradle, trying to get in there, but Trout's fighting and now back into looking, and there's that stall. So now he gains another point, 18-11. Now you start getting some back points, but there's 30 seconds to go here.
Yeah, if you're the Yellow Jackets, you're okay with that one, but Berg kind of going for a catch cradle on the other side. Trout popping out the side almost in a Gordy position, but they're going to go off the mat. If he continues to come to his feet, that's where he's had success, coming off the bottom position here.
20 seconds remaining, and it's been a tale of a period and a half versus a period and a half. Berg's really kind of been in control here after making a few moves, after Trout really looked like he had taken full control. Here we're looking for a standing cradle. Trout stands up to his base. Berg trying to take him back down. 4, 3, 2, 1. It looks like we're going to have Peyton Trout with an 18-11 regular decision, which looked like it could be a decision, Jesse, that we were looking at bonus points, but now it's 13-5 in favor of the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, that's a good win for Peyton Trout here, keeping the Yellow Jackets on track here as we get up to 133 pounds.
Looks like we have Zane Wacker out there, 3-7 on the season. Zane went through a few injuries. getting back healthy, getting into the lineup. And we haven't had an announcement yet.
This looks like Damian Kazmierzak.
Okay, so some changes happening here. Going to the alternate, Damian Kazmierzak. But again, had to have been in the lineup. 19 and 11, a 10th grader on the season, Jesse. So Kazmierzak, coming in, taking on Zane Wacker, a 9th grader, 3 and 7 on the year.
Yeah, kind of some wild positions here early. Zane in on a single leg right away, countered by Kazmierzak. They gave the takedown to Kazmierzak because he was able to put a leg in, but looks like Zane is able to pop out the side. He's looking to extend here. I think if he can get a lock on the head and the arm here, he was kind of in a position to get a reversal here, but Kazmierzak resettled and repositioned. So we're 3-0 here with the 45 seconds left in the first period.
Yeah, nice job. And again, they're going to the cradle. So you kind of see the forte, and he's got it locked in. Again, he's trying to pull back. We've seen more times than not that pull-back cradle. Sometimes it's easier to break the hands, but on the other side, you pull them over the side, and all of a sudden momentum takes you over, and you find yourself on the back, but not this time.
Yep, he's able to take Zane Wacker back. He's holding 4 back points here. 15 seconds left in the period here. We'll see if Zane can hang on.
Boy, and this is tight, 10 seconds remaining, so it's going to go down to the wire. Referee Baki doing a great job. Nobody gets flatter on the mat than he does to get a good look, and it looks like Zane's going to hang on, and he does just that. 4 points awarded, so 7-0. Kazmierzak coming out and giving some energy for the Prowlers as they're down 13-5 on the scoreboard. Looks like we have another blood timeout. We'll take that blood timeout with them, and we'll be back here in 30 seconds.
Hilltop Lumber on Main Street Ottertail is your #1 stop to find building supplies for residential and commercial projects. From the initial idea to final completion of your project, at Hilltop Lumber, we help plan, supply, and deliver dreams. Check out Hilltop Lumber's Marvin Showcase Center and huge supply of carpeting and floor coverings, as well as hardware and lawn care for your everyday needs. See you at Hilltop Lumber Ottertail.
Well, welcome back into the fort here as we've got a lot of cleanup going on. As we speak, we can look over to our left mat. The Rebels now ahead 17-12 after an early 12-point lead for the Lakers. And again, back to the Perham side, Kazmierzak wrestled Trout last time is what Jesse told me, and the outcome of that was, Jess, do you remember?
Kazmierzak beat Trout in a decision. I don't have the score on it, but beat him in a regular decision here.
So good wrestler, been in the lineup. Again, you can see some length to him. There goes the headlock by Wacker. Wacker throws it.
It's close. Thief River Falls coaches trying to call off the mat there. It's one of those situations where you're at the thinnest part of the out of bounds, and
we're back to another blood timeout as we get hit. But again, nice job by Wacker, and again, no points awarded. You see a referee, Mr. Baki, coming over, explaining what happened, and one of the things that I've seen, not many coaches argue for very long with Mr. Baki.
Yeah, he's one of the best officials around and has been for a long time. He takes a lot of pride in his work, and like you said, there's not many arguments with Mr. Brian Baki. He's very sure of himself. He's one of the best for a reason.
Absolutely, and been around, and we're fortunate to have him in this part of the state doing these and he, if you want to talk to a man who's got a love of wrestling, he's one of them.
Yeah, Zane in on kind of a stretched out double leg here. If he can continue to work, he's got to work his head up a little bit in this position. I'd like to see him come out the back here. There we go. He's got to take a big step. get one of his legs free and work to try to hook one of those legs. So
again, the length, because I'm just going to go by his first name. You're way better at it than I am, but Damian's length really has caused some issues for Wacker, and you can see him working, and this is the kind of situation you usually say high hip wins, and again, somehow he finds a way. You see him now battling where his hips are on top and making it really tough, and in a good situation for Zane to score, it ends up being a stalemate.
Yeah, and nonetheless here, down 7-0, that just took over a minute of the clock off here, so if you're Zane, you're trying to chip away at that lead, trying to keep it to a regular decision, work your way to a victory here. Looks like he's going to get a cheap goal behind if he can continue to run his feet. He's got to keep going here, work that crossface.
20 seconds, and as soon as he gets that arm to slip, but see, there's that length again, right back into it.
Yeah, Kazmierzak working his way back, trying to get his hips close so we can get some more power here on the edge. But again, 5 seconds left here. Trying to drag by here. Zane's got to be careful not to lean too much. Looks like we're out of time.
Out of time. Kazmierzak just did a really nice job there, Jesse, in 2 good shots by Zane Wacker. And I've never been on the wrestling mat. That's got to be a little frustrating when you've given 2 good shots and you come out scoreless in both.
Yeah, it's a lot of energy, but Zane with a cheap tilt attempt here. Kind of a cross-wrist tilt series, taking Kazmierzak's momentum. He's got him broken down. See if he can continue to roll wrist, find his way into a position to get some near fall here.
Again, bleachers are starting to fill up here. It really feels it has that tournament atmosphere and fun for these guys to wrestle. And again, nice job by Wacker. And I think if you can save points, and let's not say he can't win this one yet, but even if you can save some points, every point is a crucial point when it comes to section time.
Yeah, we're rolling around here a little bit. Zane's got to get his hips up on top. He's trying that power half, but he's got to continue to scoot those hips up on top so we can get some better leverage in this position.
And you watch Kazmierzak, he just keeps scooting, Jesse, and he keeps those hips up. And again,
ooh, there we go. Zane's in a spot here where he put that arm behind his head, and he's got Kazmierzak in trouble. See if he can readjust here with 50 seconds left in the third period. This would be huge. Come from behind for Zane Wacker here. Mr. Bakke holding 4 near fall. See if Zane can get those hips turned over and work his way into a fall here. Kazmierzak hipping down. Looks like he's going to come to his base. He should be awarded 4 here.
So 7-4. 30 seconds remaining again. Coach Geiser, you can see him coming in and out of his screen. Again, just egging on his wrestler to keep wrestling, and Kazmierzak does just that, comes out, takes the escape, again makes it 8-4.
Zane needs a big one here at the buzzer. Go for it. Hard. He's got a shot here. If he can keep hipping, he's going to have Kazmierzak in trouble. As we're counting down here, Brian Bakke counting near fall. We'll see what the points end up. Zane Wacker might have a come from behind victory here.
I think it might be tied.
I think he's up 11-9 or 11-8, I believe.
There you go. I didn't see them put the initial points on the board, and I thought, oh my goodness, here we go.
He was down 8-4, and that was a 7-point move at the buzzer. It should be 11-8 in favor of Wacker. I think they put the score wrong on the scores
side,
table.
and that's what got me. So we're going to see what's going on here. Both coaches, official, the trail official comes over. They're all trying to figure out. Everybody's trying to get a word in edgewise.
I think what they figured out is it's a decision for Zane Wacker, but what the final score, I believe it's 11-8. What a huge, huge move there at the buzzer. Big swing for the Jackets. That's definitely one the Prowlers wanted.
Okay, so we got all kinds of scoring going wrong on the scoreboard right now, but that did go to Zane Wacker.
Yep, they put it wrong again.
Our stop was the way it was going up on the scoreboard. So great job by Zane Wacker coming through. Now brother coming out, Brody Wacker, 14-21 on the season. again, has had a really good year for the Yellow Jackets. He is going to go up against Ian Jacobson, a 9th grader, 19 and 21, I believe. We're trying to cut through all the red tape here as we're trying to figure out who actually won that last one we were on. But again, a huge victory for the Yellow Jackets, 16-5 now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, huge win for Zane. I have not heard a name yet, but we'll get that to you when they announce. And Brody Wacker had a nice year for the Yellow Jackets with his first year on varsity. Doing some really nice things, gaining some confidence down the stretch here.
I think they announced early, Jess, so I'm going to go and see if I can find
Ian Jacobson.
Ian Jacobson out on, that's what we thought. Ian Jacobson, a 9th grader, 19 and 21. Brody Wacker, also a 9th grader, 14 and 21. So another one of those evenly close matches, and I really do believe the Prowlers were thinking they were going to get that last one, and by all rights, they were probably correct up until the last few seconds there. But nice job of Wacker just continuing to wrestle through that whole series.
Yeah, he got to where he needed to be and threw a little bit of funk at him and got some near fall points, got to his feet, shot a shot, and there it was at the end. So nice high crotch by Jacobson there. Really good finish. Looks like he's going for a near side cradle here, trying to break Brody Wacker down.
And we talked about both these teams. One of the things as the escape happens, Jesse, that we talked about that we were really impressed with is these teams are being built now to withstand and be here many, many years. We haven't seen one upperclassman, Dresden Wegscheid. Otherwise, we've hardly seen a kid over 9th grade. And again, both teams bringing in quality wrestlers. They're working very, very hard. They're doing all the right things, and they're young. So, again, this might not be the last of the battles between the Yellow Jackets and the Prowlers.
Yeah, absolutely. We touched on that early in the year of just such talented youth in this section so far. And both mats, you're going to see it all night here between these four teams, whoever is gracious enough to get into the finals. But just some awesome wrestling, some good job, good programs ran by all these great head coaches. And, they're running a program, not just a team.
Yeah, Coach Dave Vetch for the Yellow Jackets and his staff have done a remarkable job. Kind of not been healthy all year, now finally putting all the pieces in play. And everybody who's been around wrestling knows what Coach Kenny Geiser means, not only to Thief River Falls, but Section 8AA. He's really kind of one of those ambassadors for the sport of wrestling that his passion for it's kind of infectious. So, again, a nice job here is, tight.
Yeah, Jacobson with a really nice snap down to a catch cradle. He's got Wacker in big-time trouble, and there's the fall.
And again, you look at how big a match Zane Wacker's was. That's at least a 6-point swing, if not 7 or 8. And here you get the fall. This could be it's tight, but it could be super tight right at this moment or tied. And again, the Prowlers, we were ready for this, Jesse. We know when it comes this time, these guys are ready to wrestle, and it's not that the Yellow Jackets aren't. They're coming to battle as well.
Looks like Johnny Ramos for the Yellow Jackets. We'll see who the Prowlers send out.
Johnny Ramos out, a junior, 15 and 10 against Tristan Ruby. Tristan Ruby, a 9th grader, 15 and 8. And Johnny looks like he's picked up right where he left off as being very aggressive, but Ruby catches him. And again, nice job by Ruby. Just caught Johnny off balance there a little bit, Jesse, and he knew exactly what to do. So we have a 4-3 score right now in favor of the Prowlers, and we have a little bit more blood.
Yeah, this last time these two met early in the year was a tech fall victory for Johnny. Tristan Ruby, a very lanky individual. His length is going to cause a problem, but look for Johnny to stay physical and stay quick in what he does.
So 16-11 is your score. We're in the 139-pound match. We're going to step away for 15 seconds. We'll be back right after this message. We're back live here as they're cleaning up the mat, doing a few things. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors. This match, the 139-pound match, brought to you by McCall Construction. That 133-pound match was brought to you by EOT Insurance. And again, that might arguably be the match of the night as we go back to look at Zane Wacker. And a 145-pound match brought to you by New Horizons Realty. So thank you to those sponsors and all the others for bringing you live Section 8AA Wrestling tonight from the Fort.
Yeah, Johnny doing a nice job coming off the bottom. Ruby drops down to a single. Again, his length, he's really reaching. Johnny wrenching on those hands, trying to work his way over. We'll see how long Brian Bakke lets him stay in this position. Johnny trying to pop that leg loose, putting a lot of pressure on. He broke the grip here. We'll see if he can either get his one or work his way behind for a takedown. Or reversal, excuse me.
And he does just as you said, Jesse. He gets that reversal, now leads 5-4, 30 seconds remaining as we go here. And again, sometimes you got to weather the storm, and now look for Johnny to get a good ride in here, maybe take off this last 20, 25 seconds here and just get this thing back under control for him and start the second period.
Yeah, he's going to settle in. He's going to try to end the period on top. Again, Johnny on his feet. When he's confident, he's moving. His feet are always going. He's in and out, up and down. Just kind of being that jitterbug for the Yellowjackets.
Again, and that's how period number one's going to end, 5-4. Period number one, 5-4 in favor of Johnny Ramos. Johnny's choice, he defers. Ruby takes the down position. Johnny looking at his coaches. I thought maybe optional start was coming.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ride long. There was a few coaches who said, hey, let's go on our feet, but you never know. Usually when I think that, I eat my words, Lance.
Yeah, Johnny went right into that arm bar. We saw that a lot last night. It looked like he was trying to thread through there, Jesse. And again, now has got the leg wrapped up. And again, nice kind of cross-body ride going on right here. And again, got to be careful when that arm comes over the top.
Yep, Ruby on the bottom position, doing what you're taught, putting two hands on that arm. Great way to stall on the bottom without getting the stall call. Coach Vetch says, let's go up.
Exactly, and I think with the length, you're just kind of worried about those rolls happening. Nice job by Johnny, just kind of sucker drags him right in and goes behind. Now he's looking at the takedown game, so it's going to be 8-5 here with 1:20 remaining. Ruby's looking a little flat on his feet right now, so again, see if Johnny can catch him again. And again, it's a quick takedown game going here. We're just going to let it happen. We'll keep Jesse's fingers going on the scoreboard.
I think I'm caught up. 14-7, I believe.
Yeah, 1 minute remaining here on your Otter Tail Power scoreboard. Again, nice job, nice aggressiveness by Johnny after withering that storm as we're going. And again, really, really nice chain wrestling for him. And seeing that confidence grow again in Johnny Ramos.
Johnny looks like he's waiting for that head to come up. Probably going for a big move here. He's going to take his three. He doesn't look like Mr. Ruby's too interested in looking up into a headlock at this moment.
There
it is. Kind of a cow catcher in this position. This should be tight. Johnny steps over the top. Shoulders should be flat here.
Yeah, again, big points would be here for the Yellowjackets. Again, every bonus point is so crucial right here. 10 seconds remaining. Again, he's got it
tight. 5 seconds left in the period.
But you got to.
That might be it.
Ruby is fighting hard, and he makes it. He survives out of there. See where we're at. It's 21-7. So 14. Johnny Ramos takes neutral. So period number 3 will start. Next takedown, either you got to take them right to your back, and it's a kind of a rule change as we're going here. We got ref stoppage again. I wonder if they're looking at score. Again, we can take a peek over to our left mat, and what was once a really, really good match over here, Jesse, was 12-10 in favor of the Lakers, is now 32-12 in favor of the Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton Rebels. They're at 172 pounds. They're leading at 172 pounds. So in my math, this is about all but wrapped up over on that side. So the winner of our match over here tells you how things are going. They're going to be at 189 pounds. We're at 139 pounds. So they're going to have a little time to watch to see who they're going to take on as another win there for the DGF Rebels. And we're back to action over here. Again, it's 21-8. A takedown here by Johnny would be a tech ball.
Looks like he's not going to mess around here. He's going to get his 3-point and be done with it.
And there it is, Johnny Ramos with your tech fall, and a lot of tech falls tonight. Again, puts 5 more points on the scoreboard for the Yellowjackets. 25-11 is now the lead. We'll head into 145 pounds. We'll see who the Yellowjackets bring out. I think it's 145 pounds, yes. Looks like Ike Adams coming out, 8-4 on the season for the Yellowjackets. Ike coming back. Ike Adams coming off an injury. For the Thief River Falls Prowlers is Elias Mata. Jesse and I have kind of been waiting to see him again. An 8th grader, yes, you heard me right, 8th grader, 32-5 in the season, has dipped in and out of the Guillotine's top 10. We've been impressed by him, but he is taking on a tough customer, and Ike Adams, also a former state entrant.
Really nice kind of fireman's carry there by Ike. He steps over. Mata doing his best here, but just too much for Ike here. Really nice job staying tight to the hips there and getting the 3-point takedown.
Nice takedown for the lead there by Ike Adams. 3-0 is the lead. Again, this is where Ike, I think, makes some hay. He's got a lot of length in here, does a nice job on his ride. And again, when you can take some time off, wear your opponent out. And here he looks like he's throwing in an armbar.
Yeah, this is where we were last night. Ike does a really nice job staying patient here. He works that elbow tip up. He's going to pull Mr. Mata forward a little bit, trying to flatten him out. But again, you can see Ike's knees rarely hit the ground on top. He's putting a lot of pressure, driving with those toes, doing a good job.
Yeah, again, a great addition towards the end of the season for the Yellowjackets, getting Ike Adams back and healthy, doing a nice job working, and just gives us another added piece to this puzzle as Coach Dave Vetch and his staff were putting this all together to get us to this point of the semifinals.
Already over on 2:15 on the other mat here. DGF stretching the lead out to 42-12 at 2:15.
Again, both wrestlers, and again, that's what I was just going to bring up, is there was not a lot of movement there, and again, when you get to this tournament time, stalling gets to be called a lot faster, and that a lot of times comes into play at the end. So nice job of Ike Adams just getting that early takedown and then riding out the period. So it's 3-0, but awesome job there by Ike Adams. Holding, and he actually gets the stall and then drops down on an ankle here.
Yeah, he shoots kind of a John Smith single. You prefer to get your head to the inside. You're going to see him try to pull that leg over his head, work his way out the back here. He's doing a good job staying patient. He's going to go right at the head here with a big crossface. See if he can get some near fall out of it, but really nice technique there by Ike Adams. Kind of working a butcher series.
Yeah, he gets that 3-point takedown, so now leading 6-0. Minute 30 remaining here on the Otter Tail Power scoreboard. Again, a lot of wrestlers throwing their name in the hat for the United Community Bank money move. The KLN, big move of the match. The Horace Man pin for the win. And the ultimate to Steve Sanitation, wrestler of the match. So again, some hard decision will be made in our combination post pregame show. If the Yellow Jackets win, we will stay live here. We'll stay on the same stream. We'll bring you the finals as they kind of put everything together. It will stay on the stream. We'll have some time to get a few words in from our sponsors. And again, Ike Adams just doing a great job. And this is really tournament-style wrestling when you can get that good ride in and just wear out your opponent.
Yeah, another stalling call here on Mata. We talked about this earlier in the year. When you're in an arm bar and you give up a stall call, that's kind of a helpless position. But, I mean, his head's down on the mat, and Ike is putting a lot of pressure on him. This is where you'd almost wish you could get riding time just to reward him for his efforts on top.
And I have a feeling, Jesse, that we've been battling the scoreboard all night here. I think it's 152 pounds that we're at, if I'm right.
We are at 152.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Mata bumped up. You can see the little bit of the size difference because I thought Mata was a pretty good size 145-pounder. He looks a little bit smaller than Ike, which makes a lot of sense. So, again, they're in the wrong on the score clock. It should be the 152-pound match, which makes more sense. I should have caught that earlier. My apologies. Again, the Yellow Jackets up 21-10, 23 seconds remaining here on the clock. Ike Adams up 7-0 on a really good Elias Mata, Jesse. And again, it shows you Ike's not only gaining his midseason form, he's gaining his tournament time form, all kind of in one fell swoop.
Yeah, no doubt. Ike definitely seems more and more confident every time he steps out on the mat here. It's going to make a difference for the Jackets having him back in the lineup. Just with his veteran, I know he's young, but his veteran run to the state tournament when he was younger and just brings that work ethic, just adding to some of those young workhorses. And you can see here right back to where he was, finishing the period on top, up 7-0.
Well, and Ike Adams has put a lot of time on the mat and wanting to be in this spot. And then you know how agonizing it is that when you lose something, I think you gain another little sense of intensity in there. And I'm seeing that out of Ike. That being said, it's 7-0, Jesse. And again, we've seen big moves, and especially with that 3-point takedown now coming in, you can go take down 4-point to your back, and all of a sudden you're tied. So you got to be careful here, but still wrestle aggressive.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think we need to be in some of these throw ties. Ike hit a fireman's early, nice barrel roll attempt there, but he's doing a good job staying aggressive.
And again, stay with your basics. There's a stall call here. And again, a minute 29 remaining. Ike to that low shot again. That's been really successful. This time Mata meets it.
Yeah, really safe. You're going to see, they're going to ding Ike there because Mata drove him all the way across. That's going to be their MO. They're down 7-1 now. They're going to be pushing for that big move. Try to make something happen here. Ike knows what to do. Circle in, stay below the waist. All he's doing right now is pushing, so you can see Mr. Bakke shaking his head no. Like you mentioned last night, we saw it. It's got to be a wrestling move. Ike, really nice low double leg here. We'll see if he can scoot and take a big step, turn back onto the mat. He's doing a really nice job here. He's got to reach back, maybe put Mr. Mata in danger here. No points in high school for danger, but sometimes you can force a let go. But nonetheless, we're down to 45 seconds here in the third period.
Yeah, stalemate called. Neither wrestler able to gain an advantage. And you talked about it over on this other side. We're done with 2:15 now, Jesse, over here. And man, it's going to be a fun finals. Whoever gets to take on the Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton Rebels as they now take another spot heading into 285. They're up 45-12. It was 12-10 at one point. That's what you call a steamroll coming through. And we talked about the top of their lineup. They've got some danger right there. And fun match on that side. Nice job back to ours. Nice job by Ike shooting in on that knee. Again, it'd be nice to get a takedown here and get that major decision.
Yeah, he's working for it, definitely. Mata doing a good job tying up legs, but Ike got one free. He's got just under 10 seconds here to try to turn and face. Looks like Mr. Mata's going to hold on here.
They were looking for three, no three, and it really wouldn't have made any difference other than a little pride score. So a 7-1 victory puts the Yellow Jackets.
I got it 24-11. They're going back and forth up there again. So yeah. I got it 24-11 for the Yellow Jackets.
That's what I have too, but I was just trying to make sure that we were all on the same page here as we get going. Carson Zeise coming out on the mat for the Yellow Jackets. As you can see, 27-12 on the season for Zeise. Had a really nice year so far. Definitely looking for even more as he gets going.
I think this is Ian Ruby is what I heard.
And I do not even have him listed for me. So we'll just go with it that it's Ian Ruby, and the takedown for Zeise right away makes it 3-0, lets him up 3-1.
Yeah, really nice job in the front headlock there by Zeise, moving him around, went to a shuck, got the three-point takedown, back to his feet. You're going to see Zeise continuing to go forward, and he loves being physical, and looks like we're picking up right where we left off. Headlock attempt by Ruby, fought off nicely by Zeise there on the edge.
Yeah, so he takes another three-point takedown. We've seen this bow and arrow a lot from Zeise, and it's not a common move that you see all the time, but he really feels comfortable when he gets to that. And I always look at it when you go to do something that you're good at, you're feeling comfortable in the match, and we're getting some back points here also for Carson Zeise.
Yeah, that is a nasty move for you college wrestling fans. Zane Rutherford was nasty with this bow and arrow back in the day, and it puts a lot of pressure. You don't really have a choice other than to go to your back, or it hurts really bad. So you got to make a business decision there.
So 10-1 in favor of Zeise coming out here. Again, this is the 160-pound match. We'll try to do a better job just on our own here. Jesse, remind me if I go back, but 160-pound match. Yellow Jackets up 24-10, 30 seconds remaining.
Zeise going for a tilt. He's got to be a little bit careful there. See if he can tighten up that wrist just like he did there. Caught the hips on the way through. That is textbook. He's going to get another 4 here. He's going to come back up on top.
10 seconds remaining, so let's see if he can get one more.
Here we go with the bow and arrow again.
Going back to his favorite move.
See, he breaks the hips over. Just a little bit too little, too late here.
End of the period, 14-1 in favor of Zeise. We head into the second period. I think it's Zeise's choice. He defers. We've got a blood timeout. We will take that with him, and we'll be back here shortly to finish up the 160-pound match.
At the Perham Area Community Center, we have something for everyone. Let us help you reach your fitness goals, connect with others, or just have a little fun. We offer a state-of-the-art weight room, weight resistance and cardio machines, and inspiring spin studio. If walking is your preference, our walking track is just the thing for you. We have over 20 fitness classes offered weekly. Yoga, Zabit, Strength, and Senior Fit, those are just a few. Our aquatic center is equipped with a 6-lane lap pool, kiddie pool, and water slide. Adults can relax in the sauna and hot tub. We also offer water fitness classes and open swim for the family. Find your fit at the Pack. We'd love to have you here.
We're back here live at the Fort, and again, just getting started here in period number 3. Zeise looking for that tech fall. Looks like he's going to get it right here, but he's maybe looking for more. There it is, the 3-point and the tech fall gives him a 17-1 victory. 5 more points for the Yellow Jackets, 29-11. Again, things go in the way of the Yellow Jackets right now, and when things go your way, it's sure nice to bring out one of your better wrestlers.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a forfeit here by Thief River Falls.
Well, we'll bring him up here hopefully shortly on screen. Tegan Detloff will get his 40th win, not the way he'd want to get his 40th win, but you see that record of 40-3, having an outstanding year and knocking off some of the best in the state of Minnesota. Tristan Larson coming out on the mat for the Yellowjackets, 25-10 on the season. As you can see, Tristan, a junior. Did you happen to catch, Jesse? I was trying
Brennan Johnson.
Brennan Johnson coming out, thank you. It's senior, 30-15 on the season, and I think we're just trying to catch up the score clock just a little bit. We're in the 189-pound match. Final over on our left side. The Rebels kind of make that final push run through 51-12 over Minnewaska. So DGF's punched their ticket to the finals here coming up about 20 minutes or so after we get done here. We're at the 189-pound match, and Larson comes out and throws a headlock right away. 1 point still on the mat. He's trying to settle in. Again, you can see he's got a nice job. He's got it tight.
Tristan is so strong and physical, and I think both of these kids are. And you can just see the torque that Tristan's putting on him on top here. We'll see if he can readjust. There's a lot of time left. Looks like Mr. Johnson works his way off his back.
Right, but again, when the new rule change and the 4-point and the 3-point, that's a huge hole to dig out of. But then you got to say to yourself, I can also do that 7-point move and get caught back up. So 7-0 here in favor of Tristan Larson, and the Yellow-Jackets definitely feeling like they're going on to wrestle Dilworth as Larson's going to get at least 3 more back points. So 10-0 is the score, just under a minute remaining here. And if that's the case, Jesse, we're going to stay on the same stream. We'll hear from our sponsors. I've been trying to get them in here back and forth a little bit, but we'll hear from our sponsors. We'll come back, do a post-game wrap for this one. We'll do a pre-wrap, as I'm sure they're going to move some chairs and some mats and do some things, and we're looking for a really good night of wrestling. So if this continues, we will stay live with the Yellow Jackets, and we hope that you can stay with us as the Yellow Jackets try to make their bid to move on as Section 8AA champions.
Yeah, Tristan doing a really nice job on top, staying in good position, just continuing to work to try to score points. Roll attempt by Johnson. Tristan kind of stretching out, settling in there. Hard crossface on the edge. 15 seconds left here in the first period. Great job by Larson finishing the period on top. We go into the second period. Looks like Tristan's going to defer. Mr. Johnson will take the bottom position.
10-0 in favor of Larson. 35-10 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. And again, Brennan Johnson is 30-15 on the season. And you talked about this last night. Tristan Larson, when he kind of brings all of that aggression and does it in a controlled manner, is one tough customer to wrestle against.
Yeah, he's got a lot of tools. He's so long, strong, and just physical. And when he controls himself and wrestles with technique, he's a tough one to beat. And he can pin you from anywhere. And he just continues to hammer on you all match.
Right, and he's long enough that the term that a lot of kids use is that he kind of leeches onto you, and it's tough to get him off. And it's again, there's no separation between his chest and the shoulder, and here he's trying to get a tilt in again, and it looks like he's getting those back points. You got to be careful not to pin yourself in those situations.
Yeah, he did a good job of kicking the foot out there, making sure that Mr. Johnson didn't have any leverage.
4 more points, and then an escape is 14-1. They call it out of bounds. We're going to continue to wrestle. Again, the Yellow Jackets trying to stamp their name into the finals along with the Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton Rebels. DGF made short work there of the Minnewaska Lakers, and a great season by Minnewaska. And they came in. They're going to make some. They're gonna have a few entrants into that state tournament, I believe, in the individual side, which takes place next week in Park Rapids. Lots of things. We'll try to hit on some of those topics in between these matches, and Larson just muscles him to his back.
Yeah, kind of got overextended on the first attempt, but resettled and got the pin there for the Jackets.
A nice fall there by Larson. Brings the score to 41-10, heading into the 215-pound match. That match was brought to you by the Perham Area Community Center. We've also had matches brought to you by Lakes Ace Hardware and Hammers Construction. Logan Gook out on the mat for the Yellowjackets and trying to make quick work here, throws a headlock right in where now we got hands to the face, but again, Yellowjackets coming out aggressive just like they did last night.
Yeah, really good job by Logan coming out firing. He knows what he needs to do here. Jackets have it wrapped up, but again, you got to put an exclamation point on it.
Right, and I believe that was Chandler Preem, a sophomore, 14-24 on the season. Gook makes short work of that as another fall. And again, now once was over here a really good match too. The Yellowjackets just kind of imposing their will. Cash Burke coming out for the Yellowjackets at 285. Cash Burke 7-8 on the season. Brueggemann comes into the night 15-26. He's a junior. I believe a fall by Burke last time they wrestled, so here we go again.
The last time they wrestled started just like this. Brueggemann had a throw attempt. Cash kind of squeaked out of it, ended up on top. Pretty much, I would bet the time is even as close as that was to where they were in December, but Cash going to work on top here. It's going to be tough to do anything on the edge unless he can spin him back on.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. Nice job by Cash Burke meeting that throw. Just doing a great job of...
He's being physical here.
Yeah.
Looks like he might try to go to a head lever spot here. We'll see if he can extend that arm. Brueggemann reaching back a lot. You know he's looking for a big throw, but Cash doing a good job tying up wrists. We'll see if he can get a good snap here. And oh boy, there we go, right on the edge. Mr. Bakke remaining pretty calm when the big guys are flying around.
I notice he takes a step back, which I probably would too, with that being said. But nice job by Cash Burke. Nice job by the Yellowjackets again. It's all but final here. We'll call Cash's match, but then we'll step away for a little bit. We've got some figuring of who's going to be the Steve Sanitation player of the match, along with other things. We'll come back. We'll finish that up. We'll take another little break. We'll set a pre-match and kind of show you maybe a little bit of this in action as they transform down to one mat. And then it looks to me like we're going to have the showdown that everybody expected. The number one seed from the east versus the number one from the west. And here goes Cash Burke.
Really nice hammer lock by Cash Burke there. Oh, we're going to run out of time.
And again, that's Saved by the Bell. Used to be one of my favorite TV shows. Now saved Mr. Brueggemann from kind of one of those Cash Burke. We thought we were going to have another fall there maybe.
Yeah, you know when a heavyweight's standing with his legs locked out, we're looking for one thing here, Lance, and I got a hunch we're going to see some throwing.
And I don't think it would disappoint you.
Cash doing a good job anticipating, kind of going limp arm, letting Brueggemann throw that headlock on nothing, and Cash going back to work. We'll see he's got a kind of a cow catcher here. He came out front. Looks like he's going to work Brueggemann over, and I think it's only going to be a matter of time here.
And again, Cash Burke, it looks like the same, and nice job by Cash Burke, evening up his record for the season, and a fall makes our final score on the Otter Tail Power scoreboard 53-10 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. And again, that sets up our next match coming up, the finals for Section 8 AA, Jesse, and it's one we've long waited for. We'll recap. They did wrestle earlier in the year. Neither team's going to look exactly like they did the first time, and we all know how one or two different lineup changes can make a big deal, but the Yellow Jackets will regroup. They'll get ready. We just, again, hats off to the Thief River Falls Prowlers. They seem like they punch their ticket constantly to this, and it's unbelievable year after year what Coach Kenny Geiser and his staff does. But hats off to Dave Vetch, his staff, and the Perham Yellowjackets as they are cruising into the finals. We'll be back in about 2.5-3 minutes with your wrestler of the match plus other things, and we'll get you set up for what's coming up next. We will follow the Yellowjackets into the finals here on the 549 Media Network.
Hansen's Plumbing and Heating provides the highest quality products and services to ensure the comfort and safety of all their customers. It's what they do. Henry Hansen, later known as Hardware Hank, first opened the family hardware store in the early 1930s in Burgess, Minnesota. Today, they are proud to carry on his legacy of hard work and honesty through teamwork, fellowship, cutting-edge technology, and forward thinking. 218-346-2422 or make a visit in Perham, Burgess, or Detroit Lakes today. Hansen's Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Minnesota families for over 80 years.
When you're running a business, you don't have time for doubt. You need a banking partner you can trust. One who is as invested in the success of your business as you are, and has all the products and services you need under one roof. At Bremer Bank, we're here to listen and learn, because you know your business best, and we'll back you up with insightful advice and personalized solutions that help you achieve your goals. Work with Bremer Bank, because understanding is everything.
Since 1980, more families have trusted Jack Chivers Realty than anyone else in the Lakes area. I'm Blake Olson, the owner of Jack Chivers Realty. Our dedicated agents have a deep understanding of the area.
We live here and our kids go to school here. Let us find the perfect home for you and your family, or lean on our knowledge and marketing to sell your home. Find out how Chivers delivers right here in Perham. Reach out today and start packing. JackChiversRealty.com.
Yes, garbage is gross, but here at Steve's Sanitation, we are your trash experts with experience to back it up. At Steve's Sanitation, we know how to schedule your trash pickups without missing a beat, and we have been doing it for over 30 years in Perham and the Lakes area. Steve's Sanitation has been voted the best garbage service in the Lakes area since 2019. With 30 dedicated employees, we're here to take care of your trash. For more information, call us at 218-346-4834 or visit our website at stevesanitation.com.
It's something new every day, some different stuff to do. It's not the same monotonous thing over and over again.
Everybody works together, everybody knows everybody, you know, we all get along just well. It's just a great company to work with.
It's like a big family here. It's just everybody gets along with everybody and everybody clicks. Everybody just helps everybody out. And it's a pretty awesome job to have.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
McCall Construction is the Lakes Area full-service construction management company, offering a truly personalized experience. From dream homes to commercial spaces, McCall Construction focuses on putting you first with experienced value engineering that delivers on your vision and surpasses your expectations. Whether you already have a plan or you're just getting started, give them a call. McCall Construction will make the entire process so much easier. Call them at 218-346-7070 or check them out on Facebook.
Well, welcome back to the fort at Glendon, home of the DGF Rebels. You can see we're trying to adjust our equipment here as they've shifted mats. We're now to the center mat, and again, the showdown will be happening for rights to go to the XL Energy Center. But before we get to that pregame match, let's wrap up our postgame match, Jesse, as we've got a few wrestlers that we need to talk about, and we could probably talk about a lot of wrestlers tonight. When you have the success of a 53-10 in the semifinals, a lot of things went right for the Yellowjackets. But let's start with the wrestler of the match, brought to you by Steve's Sanitation.
Wrestler of the match, I'm going to give to Ike Adams tonight. He beat a very, very good Mr. Mata from Thief River Falls, who's had a great season as well. But Ike has just been confident as he's been back and healthy this second half of the season, and did a great job tonight.
Yeah, Mata bumping up, and I thought, they really were looking to steal one there, and Ike Adams came and just said, no way, Jose, and he came out, and we've seen that confidence build as he's been rolling along here. Our next one, let's do the money move of the match by United Community Bank.
I'm going to go Mr. Zane Wacker on his big headlock to propel him into a victory down 4 points, I believe, or 5 points at the end, and he hit a 7-point move to put himself into to get his hand raised. So good job, Zane. Kind of a swing for the Jackets there and kept them rolling.
Yeah, it did propel them, that's for sure, and nice job in not giving up when things looked all but lost. Our big move of the match brought to you by KLN.
Big move of the match, I'm going to go Logan Gook on his big throw. I think he had his opponent on his back and probably within 5-6 seconds and just closed the door and got the job done tonight.
Right, and our last one, our pin for the win, Jesse, brought to you by Horace Mann Insurance.
We're going to go Cash Burke, Cash senior for the Jackets. He's done a nice job all year. Fought off some throw attempts and got a good pin for the Jackets tonight.
And just as we had feared, the lights go down. It's an awesome atmosphere, terrible for announcers, but we'll do the very best that we can to bring you the Section 8 AA championship repeat from last year, Jesse.
Yeah, I mean, we at the beginning of the year kind of circled this one, knowing it might be this matchup, but here we are in February, and all the chips are in the middle of the mat now.
Right, and we'll try to preview a little bit of this coming back. We're about 20 minutes away, 18 and a half minutes away from start time. We're going to hear from a few of our sponsors coming up here, but we will be busting in to tell you a little bit about maybe what we predicted. We not to say that we can see the future, Jesse, but we did a little board work today and kind of put our pencils, this time it was our dry erase markers to the board to see how close we would be to the final in this match coming up.
Hey, it's Tucker again. Did you know? EOT Insurance Agency.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction. Your vision, our team.
This year, United Community Bank wants to welcome you home. If you close on a new home or land purchase with United Community Bank before December 15th, you'll earn a $500 gift to a local business. Welcome home from your friends at UCB. Terms and conditions apply. Learn more at ucbankmn.com. United Community Bank, Perham, Frazee, Dent. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. NMLS number 421829.
Odds are there's an ace right in your neighborhood. With expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock. With people who know their stuff. Welcome to the Home Convenience Store.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell.
And Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware.
Right here in downtown Perham.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
At New Horizons Realty, we're on your team. For over 25 years, we've been helping families and businesses find the perfect place to call home here in the Lakes area. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or just dreaming, we've got the experience and local knowledge to guide you through every step of your real estate journey. As proud supporters of the Perham Yellowjackets, we believe in building strong teams on the mat, court, or field, and in the community. Check out our current listings at perhamrealestate.com or give us a call today at 218-346-7767.
At the Perham Area Community Center, we have fun for the whole family. Adventureland is open for the littles all year long. Come for open swim and enjoy the pool. Bring it back to the past and try roller skating again Fridays and Sundays. We are now offering an after-school program for kids ages 9 to 12. If you are looking for a fun way to celebrate a birthday, we offer a variety of birthday party options, including pool parties, roller skating, bounce house, and Adventureland. Keep your eyes out for our fun special events on our Facebook page or on our website, perhamareacommunitycenter.net. Find your fit at the Pack.
Well, welcome back to the Fort here at Glyndon, home of the Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton Rebels. Again, they steamrolled their way into the finals, as well as the Yellowjackets. It seemed like a destined course from the maybe the beginning of the year, Jesse, as these two seem to be the favored teams. Again, they did wrestle earlier this year, and you want to fill us in just a little bit on how that one went?
Yeah, the Rebels weren't full strength. The Jackets weren't full strength that night. Had a couple goofy things happen, but I'm not sure what the final was, but I know it was a 15 to 20 point victory for the Yellow Jackets that night. I don't think either coaching staff is going to look too hard at that matchup right now, because each team looks a lot different, and I think we're going to see a lot of different matchups tonight.
Right, and the final score on that it happened January 8th. It happened right here, Jesse, 41 to 28 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Again, you're going to hear some names for both teams that weren't available at that time. So, again, at our best guess, I think there's going to be some real barn burners that might tell the tale here. I'm going to look to, and every match is important, don't get me wrong. You can be heavily favored, and all of a sudden you give up that headlock and you lose. But I'm looking at 121, 139, and what happens at 152 and 160, Jesse, I think might be the tail of the tape when this is all said and done.
Yeah, definitely. We've been chatting about that since this morning, and what could happen, who do you put where, what matchup do you look for. Ultimately, when you're looking at back-to-back weights like 152 and 160, you want to know which match you want to show first on, or who do you want to show at what weight to make sure you get the matchup you want. And it'll come down to the flip for that one, and ultimately you got to beat your opponent to get to where you need to be, but that definitely in the middle is going to tell us a lot.
Well, it was crazy because we went through about 4 different matchups of what we thought could happen, and then we stuck on the one that we thought we were. I don't know if we want to give it away or not, but I'm just going to tell the listeners it was really, really close when we came up to what we thought the final score was going to be tonight. So at all of our best guess, and that's exactly what it is our best guess, we think this could be a barn burner and one that you're not going to want to miss. So stick with us here on 549 Media. We'll be back here in a couple minutes. We'll kind of set the stage again. We're about 7 minutes away from actual match time. You can see the Rebels are warming up a little bit here on their home mat. The Yellow Jackets stepped off after their victory, probably warming up in another area. Again, this is going to be why you wrestle and why you watch wrestling, or for nights like tonight, and we're glad you're joining us here on the 549 Media Network.
Hilltop Lumber on Main Street Otter Tail is your #1 stop to find building supplies for residential and commercial projects. From the initial idea to final completion of your project, at Hilltop Lumber, we help plan, supply, and deliver dreams. Check out Hilltop Lumber's Marvin Showcase Center and huge supply of carpeting and floor coverings, as well as hardware and lawn care for your everyday needs. See you at Hilltop Lumber Otter Tail.
Since 1980, more families have trusted Jack Chivers Realty than anyone else in the Lakes area. I'm Blake Olson, the owner of Jack Chivers Realty. Our dedicated agents have a deep understanding of the area.
We live here and our kids go to school here. Let us find the perfect home for you and your family, or lean on our knowledge and marketing to sell your home. Find out how Chivers delivers right here in Perham. Reach out today and start packing. JackChiversRealty.com.
At Nias Family Sales, our experienced mechanics are here to provide exceptional service in a timely manner. With 10 service bays, the service department at Nias Family Sales can work on all makes and models. Our experienced mechanics can do everything from oil changes, tire repairs, brake service, engine and transmission repair, and much more. Schedule your vehicle today. Call 218-346-5976 or visit the Nias Family Sales Service Center at 610 East Main Street in Perham.
Hansen's Plumbing and Heating provides the highest quality products and services to ensure the comfort and safety of all their customers. It's what they do. Henry Hansen, later known as Hardware Hank, first opened the family hardware store in the early 1930s in Burgess, Minnesota. Today, they are proud to carry on his legacy of hard work and honesty through teamwork, fellowship, cutting-edge technology, and forward thinking. 218-346-2422 or make a visit in Perham, Burgess, or Detroit Lakes today. Hansen's Plumbing and Heating, proudly serving Minnesota families for over 80 years.
When you're running a business, you don't have time for doubt. You need a banking partner you can trust. One who is as invested in the success of your business as you are and has all the products and services you need under one roof. At Bremer Bank, we're here to listen and learn because you know your business best. And we'll back you up with insightful advice and personalized solutions that help you achieve your goals. Work with Bremer Bank, because understanding is everything.
Yes, garbage is gross, but here at Steve's Sanitation, we are your trash experts with experience to back it up. At Steve's Sanitation, we know how to schedule your trash pickups without missing a beat, and we have been doing it for over 30 years in Perham and the Lakes area. Steve's Sanitation has been voted the best garbage service in the Lakes area since 2019. With 30 dedicated employees, we're here to take care of your trash. For more information, call us at 218-346-4834 or visit our website at stevesanitation.com.
Energy-efficient technologies have the power to connect us all, so we can save more than ever before. Evolve and make choices that are smart. For you. For them. And for all of us. Because with energy-efficient technologies, we can connect to a better, smarter home.
Horseman Investments and Insurance can help you with your retirement planning goals and insurance protection needs. Kyle Van Dyke and his team provides educated retirement solutions, wealth management strategies, inheritance and legacy planning, and personalized auto, homeowners, and life insurance protection plans. We are here for your lifelong financial wellness. To set up an appointment, call Kyle Van Dyke at 218-236-6665 or email at kyle.vandyke@horseman.com.
Welcome back into the fourth here. We're about a minute and a half or so away. I imagine they'll do starting lineups. We'll probably try to pick that up a little bit for you. Again, those are just hearsay. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of movement in the lineups tonight, Jesse. And again, I think this is the way it should end up. And again, as you see the captains come to the middle of for the coin flip, we talked about that ultimately might be a big play here tonight, depending on which team has to show at 152 first.
Yeah, that's what I imagine here is Brian Baki's going to explain a few things, flip the coin. I'll see if I can get a view on who's going to pick what here. I can't see it.
It looks like
DGF probably won it.
DGF got the win there is what it looks like to me, which will mean they get to choose whether they want to do evens odds. Again, might not seem like a big deal, but in the end of the day, it might be a big deal. And again, I think a few things here as we start to talk, Jesse. I think we got a listener from a distance following us tonight, so a little welcome into DGF, the fort, to Charlie Nelson as he's following along from a distance. And again, we're looking forward to a good one tonight.
Yeah, we're going to get right after it tonight. It doesn't look like we're doing intros. We're just going to get to wrestling and crown a champion here. What more can you ask for?
Hey, here we go, and again, no holds barred. There's been no frills tonight, and that's kind of what wrestling's built on, Jesse, is we don't need the frills. It just leaves you with some chills when I'm starting to go here, and we're ready to roll.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beckham Bunkowski coming out, got the win, so 21-12 he will change to. Again, he's going to run up against a real tough hombre, and Caleb Coyson, son of the head coach, Davey Coyson, who's just done a phenomenal job here in Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton. Caleb Coyson gets the win in a last-second takedown tonight, Jesse. 32-2 is his record.
Yeah, he's been kind of a force for a while. Good spark plug for the Rebels. For the last couple of years, and you're going to see some really good athleticism and some strength, great technique, and looking for Beckham here after a whole year of varsity wrestling to make some improvements on the last time they met. You can see he's working a hard front headlock right now. Beckham's looked more confident every time he steps out on the mat, and he's had a good year for the Jackets.
I think Beckham's starting to figure out how to use that length to his advantage. And again, when you're at these lower weights, just having that reach is such a huge thing. But again, we've seen Coulson be very explosive in the past. And again, earlier match, it was by fall Coulson, and here he is on a takedown.
Yeah, really nice low shot. But here Beckham passes an ankle here, and he looks like he's going to get really close to a takedown, but referee Brian Baki says, hey, I don't like where that leg is at. So potentially dangerous there. Good job by the officials looking for the safety of the wrestlers.
And again, we talked about nobody really argues when Mr. Brian Baki decides to go. Nice shot there by Beckham, not only fending off the shots, but now being aggressive on his own. And I think every shot attack he can take and every one he defends just builds that confidence.
Yeah, for sure. I really like how Beckham's going forward here, but Coulson gets him to step. He's in deep on a single, but again, Beckham trying to reach for that ankle, but again, Coulson really good technique working for the three-point takedown.
And again, I think it's one of those, Jesse, you got to know when to bail. Also, it's like the old Kenny Rogers song. I think you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, and a good job by backing out there by Beckham Bunkowski. He kind of had his arm caught in there, and I thought maybe he would be flipping over. 10 seconds remain here in period number one. Nice job by Beckham Bunkowski so far tonight.
Yeah, and that first period was a good period for Beckham. He did some good things on his feet, and Coulson ultimately, he's looking for some bars, looking for some wrists on top, so Beckham's going to have to make that adjustment to get that elbow in as we go forward here.
And again, a good ride only goes so far in high school. No riding time like you would see in college. But again, I think your reward is wearing out your opponent. The longer they're fighting to get off the mat, you know that they're expending that energy. And Coulson now with a nice kind of deep waist ride right here, Jesse, and looking to trap that arm, I think.
I didn't catch it, but did Coulson take top?
I looked down to see, and I was hoping you saw, so both of us were 0 for 2 tonight.
I thought I saw Baki say green on top, which I think he's pretty comfortable here. He must have saw something in his short time on top in the first period, but like we said, he's going to be looking for arm bars, looking for wrists. Beckham got to get those hands forward, got to get that head up, trying to get to our feet here, but you can see the pressure that Colson's putting on Beckham from the top position, driving from his toes, continuing to work here.
And again, honestly, I think if you're the Yellow Jackets, anything under giving up 5 points is there. He flips him over. He's got 1 foot, 1 point in, and this is tight
That
right
is
now.
Tight. Beckham doing a good job fighting here. A lot of time left, but see if Beckham can come to daylight here on the edge.
Colson resettles in. The coach is telling him push because Beckham's doing the right thing, trying to drag him off the mat. Those toes are almost off the mat.
He
and
is
there he
off
goes.
the mat. That's the beauty of having a trail official there. Good job by Beckham.
And they work tremendously together, and I think you could arguably say, I almost think they're in the college ranks, there might have been a brick thrown there because I thought the initial 2 point, or the shoulder blades were down, but great job by this officiating crew communicating with each other. But Colson takes a 7-0 lead here, and I don't think you can undermine the job that young Mr. Beckham just did right there, Bunkowski, in staying out of harm's way.
Yeah, earlier in the season, this matchup went in favor of Mr. Colson by fall, so the Yellow Jackets looking to see if Beckham can improve on that and fight hard to save points for his team here. Really good job coming to his feet. Colson with a good mat return, going right to a wrist. You see a lot of those tough wrestlers kind of knowing what to grab on the way down, not letting the opponent readjust. So 15 seconds left here in the second period.
Again, trying for a tilt here. Beckham's got to be careful. Head's been on the mat for a while here, but 10 seconds remain. Second period, 7-0 is your score. Again, a long, hard ride again. Beckham's got to be expending a lot of energy underneath there, but you can hear the Yellow Jacket fans right now in support of Beckham and how hard he's fighting right now.
Yeah, he's doing a really nice job, and here we go. Just like last match, we got some blood time.
We got some blood time, allows both of them to maybe catch their breath just a little bit, and again, it looks like Colson here with the blood time. They come over to their corner. Beckham Mikowski getting some instruction from a myriad of coaches out there, and also a little drink of water, but it kind of sets us up, Jesse. Boy, there's going to be some thrilling matches, and this one's already started out one where you could look and arguably say, I could say DGF thinks that they're looking for 6 points right here.
Yeah, they need it. They know they need it, and this is what they expect out of one of their studs. And I know Perm's really fighting for Beckham. The crowd's behind him, and we got 2 minutes here.
Yeah, 7-0 lead for Colson, both on their feet, getting started here. And again, it's one of those, you hate to say it and you don't want to count it as lost yet, but any point that Beckham can save right now is a win for the Yellow Jackets, because you can go back to some of those previous matches. And we've talked about it a lot, Jesse. You're not going to win the match at 107, and you're not going to win it at 285. It's going to be won throughout the whole night tonight.
Yeah, really good series there by Colson. He put a couple shots together. Beckham tried to fight it off, but ultimately Colson a little too strong in that position.
So 1:20 remaining here, 10-0 lead, so now a major decision in play. Again, last time, we don't want to harbor last time, but it was a fall by Colson, so Beckham doing a good job, and it looks like he has a really good approach tonight to stay out of some of those situations that he might have got in earlier in January.
Yeah, and what I'd like to see by Beckham here, continuing to work to his feet, forcing Colson to hold him down so he can't get to his offense on top, and at the same time maybe working to an edge in case he gets into any trouble.
Exactly, and I think this is where Colson feels the most comfortable. Not that one thing over another, but he really seems like he feels like he's dominant on top and really tries to pull that arm over in one way or another, either in a tilt situation or get that arm bar. Stall call.
Yep, and I think that is a good call. Beckham tying up hands from the bottom. He's got to find a way to get his head up off the mat and continue to work up. Mr. Baki's going to be pretty aggressive with those stalling calls, but here we are, 35 seconds left in the third period.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he get another one soon, as he is not really trying to gain his advantage. Here he pops up. So good job, Beckham Bunkowski. Again, down to 25 seconds. Again, we're no one swipe and then one swipe.
And one swipe. Really good job. We're down to 15 here. Beckham's got to continue to fight. Coulson with one more effort here, but Beckham hip heisting out of there. We're under 10 here. This is a really nice job by the young Yellow Jacket. Perm's going to be okay with that stall call here. Beckham going to go to a leg, going to finish here, going down in defeat, 11-0, but you can see the Yellow Jacket crowd knowing their young Yellow Jacket did a good job saving some points.
And even watching Beckham Bunkowski's reaction, nice job there by Beckham, and he's got the spring in his step. It's almost like he won the match, and we talked about that. Sometimes you don't have to be the winner on the scoreboard to win for your team.
Absolutely, and you can see the Rebels kind of expected that 6, and that's just the way you want to start it if you're the Jackets.
Wrestling at 114 pounds for Perham, Bo Bush. For the Rebels, Jacob Schmitz.
We got Bo Bush coming out for the Yellow Jackets. Bo Bush now with a win earlier, 12-17 on the season. Wrestling at 114 pounds. He's a 9th grader. He's going up against Jacob Schmitz, also a 9th grader, 10-14 on the season. Again, Bo had his way earlier in this one in January, and he's going right back at it here.
Yeah, really nice single leg series there by Bo. Looks like he's coming out aggressive.
And again, on our tail of the tape, Jesse, this is one we favored the Yellow Jackets, not only because of the prior match, but just who they've wrestled in common, and Bo has had the upper hand, it seems like, in all of those. So again, I think this is one where if you're the Rebels, you're trying to do what Beckham Bunkowski did in the 107-pound match, not give up more points than you need to.
Yeah, Bo kind of going for a bow and arrow series there, but working over to a butcher attempt. I would be shocked if the DGF wrestler wouldn't get dinged for stalling here. He hasn't made an attempt to come up to his feet yet. We'll see how long they can go here.
Again, Bo doing a nice job of tying up that one arm. I can't imagine it's hard enough to do a push-up position with 2 arms, let alone one. Here Schmitz makes a little bit of move, but he stayed in that crouch position, I think is what you were saying. Bo doing a nice job dragging him back down to the mat.
Yeah,
35 seconds remaining.
Bo digging in an arm bar here. Mr. Schmitz is pretty long here. Bo's going to have to get him flat, but he's making a good choice and not just running that to run it. But here he comes out to the side with 20 seconds left. He's got him flat. He's going to run it right over his ear. He's getting near fall. This would be big, and there it is. Bo Bush with a pin for the Jackets.
Puts the Yellow Jackets up 6-4 on the scoreboard. Again, nice job by Bo Bush. That's what happened in the earlier match. We're going to head to 121. Maybe one of the keys of the night. At least we'll see who comes out. But in our early prediction, we think this could be a key to what happens the rest of the night.
Yeah, this is a big one. I know these two met earlier at the conference tournament, and I know Drez wants this one back.
So this is Dresden Wakescheid, a junior you saw on the screen, 27-15 now against Sam Schmitz, a junior as well, 24-10. They've met up a couple times here. And again, this has been one of those toss-up matches we've looked forward to all day long as we've talked to each other, Jesse.
Ooh, really nice job by Drez there, countering a Schmitz shot. Ending up on top, hip heisting over for a 3-point takedown.
Quick escape there for Schmitz, and this one has a feel of it could be a high-scoring match as both wrestlers really aggressive. Schmitz goes upper body, drops down to that single, but Dresden's so long, Jesse, he really makes it tough. Now going underneath.
Drez is funky in this position. You just never know. Ooh. We're back into a front head, and we're back to neutral. Drez in on a shot on the edge here. A lot of action from these two. Really good wrestling. Drez with an opportunity on the edge. It should be 2. He's going to run a deep half here. Really nice job wrestling on the edge there by Dresden.
We got to get Coach Hine out of his scoring. 3
Sorry,
points for
2, my fault.
It just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Maybe next year.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to do it too. So 3, 6, 1, 2 takedowns. And again, Dresden's ability to stay moving his feet, I think, was key there. I thought Schmitz had his opportunity. I thought it looked like he was going to catch Dres on his back, but the feet never stopped moving.
One thing that might go unnoticed is this ride that Dres is putting on. Heavy Iowa ride on that back leg. He's broken down Schmitz a couple times. He's going to end the period on top, up 6-1.
Yeah, really nice. And again, you stated it yesterday, Jesse, and I'm going to go back to it, that the Yellow Jackets look really aggressive early in the matches, and they've come out the same way here. Even in the match they lost, I thought I thought Beckham Bunkowski came out aggressive and maybe took Coulson a little bit on his heels, like he's coming after me. What's going on here? So a great strategy by the coaching staff for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, one thing I look for out of Dres here is not to rest. Let's continue on the gas pedal, continue doing what you're doing, and you're in a pretty good spot. Here's a cheap little slide by for Dres to get 3. Nice job there. See if you can stretch him out here. Try to get him flat. He can roll him over for some back points if you can get him extended here. Looks like he's content to ride in this position, trying to pop his leg back out.
And again, we get a stalemate with 1:22 seconds remaining. Dresden up now 9-1 in one of these matches that we thought might be a toss-up. Dresden-Wegscheid has come out, and again, we've seen Dresden from young now to being one of the veterans, and you can just tell he's trying to make a statement here for his team and will them into the trip down to the XL.
Yeah, front Granby attempt by Schmitz there on the whistle, caught by Dres. He's got him flat down on the mat here, and Dres is not going to rest. He's going to continue working, putting a good ride together with 1 minute left here in the second period.
Yeah, again, he runs it out front, puts some ultimate pressure on. Again, nice job by Dresden. Just looks like he's in total control. That being said, again, I agree with you. Don't rest. Keep putting the pressure on. Because sometimes when you rest, you get a little sloppy on your technique, and that's when bad things seem to happen. So 30 seconds remaining here. Period number 2, Wegscheid.
Yeah, doing a really nice job. He's got him flat on the mat again here. Dres going from one move to the next on top, trying to work for near fall. That is textbook for telling the official, hey, I'm going to work up here. Even though I'm not scoring points, we're under 15 seconds here left in the second period. There's a stall call on Schmitz. Dresden doing a nice job here heading into the third.
Yeah, again, this would be huge back-to-back victories for the Yellow Jackets to start this off. And again, you can hear people getting behind each of their teams here. And interesting enough, after being ridden, I never want to second guess because I'm the least one to second guess, but I'm not sure I would have taken down if I was Schmitz.
Yeah, Schmitz doing a really good job firing off the bottom. Dres cuts him loose.
And there's why I'm not coaching wrestling.
Schmitz with a nice barrel roll single attempt here. Dres being long. I'd love for him to kind of work Schmitz into taking a shot, and Dres getting a cheap goal behind. But here he is with that tilt, or with that quick slide by. He's going to extend him here and get another 3-point takedown.
Yeah, and it looks so simple, but the move is probably simple. The setup is not. And again, Dres, when you're doing something that well, that's what makes it look easy. But again, total control right here by Dresden-Wegscheid and kind of redeeming what we talked about at the Heart of the Lakes Conference.
Yeah, if I'm Dres, I'm going to continue working on top. He's got him flat on the mat again, rolling wrists underneath. He's Ooh. Mr. Baki's going to call a stalling on top on Dresden, riding a little parallel. I wouldn't let that hinder what we're doing here with a minute left in the third period.
No, not with a 12-2 lead. Again, it's not. You're kind of playing a little bit with house money because 8 points gives you that major decision. So, again, if you're Dresden, keep working it, force the action here a little bit, and you're in control. And, again, don't give up the easy one. Don't give up multiple points here.
Yeah, Dres doing a good job just controlling that back hip. Schmitz kind of a changeover switch here, but Dres steps over on top. No points. Now he's got Schmitz flat on the mat again, and he can go to work here. with under 30 seconds left in the third period.
And again, it just seems tonight like Dresden Wakescheid has an answer for every move that Schmitz is prepared to do. And again, I don't think much changes in your body style or whatever. I just think it's confidence, and you can see that built in Dresden Wakescheid right now.
Under 10 here in the third. Dres looks content to just get that Iowa ride, finish the match on top. Tip your cap, Dresden Wakescheid. That's a big win.
It certainly is. It brings the Yellow Jacket fans to their feet. 12-2 decision, so major decision in favor of Dresden Wakescheid. Brings the score to 10-4 in favor of the Yellow Jackets, heading into 127 pounds. Hush over the crowd for just a second there. We got Peyton Trout out on the mat for the Yellow Jackets. Peyton, 8th grader, 21-14, now 22-14 on the season. Dawson Hoban out on the mat for the Rebels. He's a 10th grader, 10-21 on the season. And again, Trout been wrestling with confidence. Early takedown for Trout, 3-0 in favor of Trout and the Yellow Jackets. And Jesse, I would about imagine if you wrote the script for this, if you're Coach Vetch, this is about as good as you can write it right now.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked last night how the Yellow Jackets came out ready to roll, being physical, and here we are 2 matches later, and we're coming out ready to rock, and probably the biggest stage that we've been on this year. So hopefully we can keep it going. Mr. Trout doing a nice job getting an early takedown, getting to his favorite position on top where he can really go to work here on Mr. Hoban.
And again, we've seen this is probably the favored position by Trout. He's been really good on top wrestling. He has a great ride, and he's also looks for points in there. And I don't think that it's kind of the chip off the old block. I know his dad, Coach Kyle Trout, also made a living off of putting the legs in and getting turns and back points. So you can see the same style of wrestling out of his son, and he's got to certainly be proud at this point as he leads 3-0 here with 30 seconds remaining, period number 1.
Seems like the Yellow Jackets really focusing on getting that Iowa ride on top, hooking that back leg, and DGF yet to have an answer for that in the last few matches here. So really good job, whether it's a scouting piece or just feeling it for the Jackets, but we're riding really tough tonight.
And talking to Coach Vetch after last night's, we get a stall call here. Again, kind of said we went back to basics when we have time, and you're not awarded that luxury very often during the season, but they did have a break in there between the last match and getting into the tournament time, and it allowed them some time just to do just what you said, Jesse. Get back to those basics, and they've looked really good and really sharp doing it.
It's always a good sign when it takes a long time for your opponent to figure out what they want to do. It means you're doing something right out there.
Right, and it was the Rebels. Hoban chooses top again. So, again, for Trout, it's probably good to get out early, get that explosion up. But you see Hoban breaks him down right here and definitely trying to trap that arm underneath. But good job by Trout getting to his base.
Yeah, Trout tripod stand up, really nice technique there. Hoban at a deep waist in there, but we're back on our feet with 1:30 left in the second period. Nice low shot by Trout there. He's going to continue to drive to this, try to come out the back, taking a big step here. There he comes over the top. See if he can put Mr. Hoban in trouble here. There we go. He's getting near fall points, plus the 3-point takedown. Looks like the referee's holding at least 3.
Yeah, same move being applied, so he won't get it awarded till that's broken. Again, Peyton Trout looking for, he gets 4. Peyton Trout looking over at the coaching staff, figuring out what to do. Up now 8-0, 1 minute remaining. And again, a nice job. And what I've seen, Jesse, is nice shots by the Yellow Jackets, but unable to hold on to the ankle. You see a lot of scores happen on that defense of being able to hold on to the ankle and kind of work your way through. not able to tonight for the Rebels so far.
Yeah, the Jackets have done a really nice job in that underneath position coming out the back door. It's kept them out of trouble against Thief River Falls.
14-1, 28 seconds. Hoban turns into Trout. Trout looks at the scoreboard. Again, Hoban just kind of hanging on for dear life here, I think. 14-1 is the score. Again, any more points, 2 more leads to a technical fall, and the Yellow Jackets, again, will take any bonus points that they can get.
My apologies with the scoreboard. I've been trying to follow the live scoreboard here, and seems like the head table's had a little bit of trouble too, so we'll get her under control for you as we head into the third period.
Well, no different than me calling the wrong weight class because they were off. But again, we're heading into the third. Now it's 14-0, so they wiped off the point. I'm not sure. I think they're coming over.
I think it's 14-2.
Yes.
But I'm going to wait and just see what happens. So
I agree with you. And again, there's been a little bit of issue back and forth tonight. So 14-2, I believe, is your score. We're heading into the third period. Again, bonus points look like they're on the table for the Yellow Jackets right now, Jesse. And, man, what a great start here. If you are a Yellow Jacket fan watching this tonight, and, again, just doing a great job coming out aggressive, staying aggressive, and I love where their feet are at. If you watch, their feet have never stopped moving tonight.
Yeah, and that's what you need to do. You know you're up against a tough team that is a very physical, weathered team that, you know, they've been there. When I say weathered, I mean they've been through the state tournament the last couple of years, and they're not going to be shocked by anything. So you know you got to continue to bring it every single match.
Right, and as we're taking the time out here, we would have went to break, but we don't want to miss any of the action. We're rotating our ads of our sponsors on your screen. Please patronize them. It's such an honor to be able to bring you Section 8 AA Championship Wrestling, and it's all because of these fine sponsors that are allowing us to be able to do this tonight. And again, we hope that we're bringing the excitement that is happening right here, because this has been a fun one so far, and if you're a Yellow Jacket fan, it's been a real fun one. So looks like we're back ready to go. 14-1 is what they decided on.
Just like we had it.
Just like we had it. But hey, what do you know? Trout going right back to work here, trying to secure that tech fall, if not a fall, and try to pull as many points for the Yellow Jackets as he can.
Trout digging a Bismarck series here, which is kind of a butcher, but more underneath. He's got to block that head with his knee as he goes over.
Now he swims over the top and comes back around, and again, it's fun to watch how
here he's got his cradle hooked.
How coachable he is as he was watching all of those, and right now he's secured the tech fall. He's looking for the fall.
Now I know it's not a cross-face cradle. It looks like the lock is going to break. That's going to be 4 near fall and the tech fall for Mr. Trout. Great job.
18-1 is your final score. Again, that adds 5 points. Tech falls are 5 points. That makes it 15-4 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. We're going to head into a 133-pound weight class. And again, we're going to see a really good matchup here. And we'll see where the Yellow Jackets are at. Looks like they're bringing Zane Wacker. Zane was one of our winners of Money Move of the Match, I believe, as he came back at the end and got a big victory for the Yellow Jackets in the semifinals. He's 4-7 on the season. He's taken on Jacob Lubke, one of the top in the state of Minnesota. Again, Lubke 32-5 on the season, and instantly to his offense. Now traps the arm behind, and again, definitely getting after it is Jacob Lubke. Yeah,
Lubke, just a really physical wrestler on top. He's getting to a deep bar here. Really good technique from him. He's going to be a contender as we get down the individual portion here next week.
Right, you see that ultimate control. He's just going at his pace right now. So, again, he's got them all wrapped up. Lubke, number 5 in the state of Minnesota, just secures a fall and brings the Rebel fans to their feet. And that's a big change-up for them right now, as they needed a spark, Jesse, and I think they just got it in the hands of one of the top wrestlers in the state of Minnesota.
Yeah, we knew they had some hammers along the way. Again, if you're going through your scorebook and matching things up the way we were last time, Mr. Lubke did win by fall in their last meeting as well, so the Jackets still in a pretty good spot compared to where, the score was last time.
I'm going to lean on you here, Jesse. We kind of were both doing something at the same time. Brody Wacker out here for the Yellow Jackets, a 9th grader, 14 and 22 on the season. And I'm not quite sure.
Xander
Deutsch would have been my guess. He's a 10th grader, 12 and 18. So I believe on our smart board, which sometimes looks really smart, sometimes it doesn't. We had this one as a toss-up. And again, there are a couple of those in this match tonight. And I think those might be the keys to this, and I think the Yellow Jackets have already stole one. So it's kind of a nice a feel for the Yellow Jackets right now, as both of these wrestlers are kind of just making sure they know they're being pretty calculated. I think all of these young guys know what's at stake here, and sometimes you wrestle not to make a mistake. So look to see the Yellow Jackets stay aggressive. I think that's what they've pinned their hats to try to make it to the XL Center, and the plan has worked so far.
Yeah, really nice shot there by Mr. Deutsch for the three-point takedown.
And isn't it amazing how one fall, you've got to have those stoppers. We talk about that all the time. Lipke comes out, gets that quick fall, and all of a sudden now you hear the Rebel fans back up. It had been all Yellow Jackets to that point. Even at 107, I think the cheer was louder for Beckham Bunkowski than it was for Koysen, and the reaction was kind of the same by the wrestlers.
Yeah, for sure. Brody Wacker with a nice job getting one there. We're under 20 seconds here in the first period. Look for Brody to stay aggressive. I thought he was doing a good job getting Mr. Deutsch to react when he was doing his fakes, and hopefully he can capitalize that here in the later periods.
Yeah, and again, as this winds down, we'll head to period number 2. Blood timeouts, we haven't had many, but a few sponsored by Perham Health. Scoreboard by Ottertail Power. Wrestler of the match by Steve Sanitation. Pin for the win by Horace Mann. Big move of the match by KLN, and money move by UCB. All coming up in your post-game show. I guess I should say post-match show.
Brody Wacker deferred. Deutsch took the bottom position here in the second.
Makes his way out, increases his lead to 4-1, and now you're starting to sense the crowd ramping into this, Jesse. And again, I think by the time we hit the end here, it's going to be pretty loud in this place.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to see Brody pick up his pace a little bit here. Deutsch feeling a little confident, taking some more shots. There's a shot attempt by Brody, running his feet. It's a good spot to take a shot there and drive him off the mat.
Well, it was great job by Brody, but also equally you can say Deutsch did a nice job. He knew exactly where he was, stayed out of harm's way, backed off the mat, just didn't do anything that was going to get him into trouble.
Here we are, over-under position. Brody being physical. That's twice Brody forcing him off the edge of the mat there without much of an attempt to get back on. I'm a little surprised there wasn't a stall there, but they're letting him wrestle.
Well, especially the way it has been called, and that's, I think, the one thing you try to look for is some consistency. Both wrestlers were at the edge of the mat. That might have been the difference again. And the other thing I think that it helps if you're a young wrestler, Deutsch had been taking shots, so that buys you a little bit of extra leeway, I think, with the officials.
Here we are, low single attempt by Brody Wacker. He's got to keep his head high in this position. He's working his way through, but again, that head's got to stay up. Otherwise, you can get yourself into some trouble here.
Deutsch has to get his hips up if he wants to score.
Now Brody's got to throw his hips into him. There we go. Come around for the three-point takedown.
Nice job. Around and round they went. Wacker with the takedown ties it up 4-4. 20 seconds remaining here. Period number 2. DGF getting after their wrestler here a little bit. Telling him we need you right now. So Deutsch trying to get that escape, but 10 seconds. Nice job by Wacker. Maybe a little bit of a parallel ride here, but stalling hasn't been called quite the same as it has been in a couple of the other matches.
Yeah, this is a big ride out because now Brody has the opportunity to go down and take the lead 5-4 if he can get an escape. Looks like we're not going to waste any time here. I think he's going to cut him loose right away. And we're going to figure out this one on our feet. Brody here, he doesn't have to be too aggressive. Deutsch is taking some shots from a long ways away if Brody can be ready, but here he goes into a fireman's attempt. Really good attempt there. I love the aggressiveness.
Again, nice lead. Both wrestlers wrestling the side edge of the mat. Might see a big throw here. Both kind of in the underhook position.
Doesn't look like either wrestler has too much ambition to go up there yet. There's a neck wrench attempt by Brody Wacker. He's got to continue to sprawl here. Deutsch still in deep on a double, but I have a hunch we're not going to end it here. Right now, Brody's tying him up. He's got to continue. Looks like Deutsch is going to get a 3-point takedown with 1:10 left in the third.
Okay, so all is not lost. It's still 7-5. You get an escape here. You got to keep wrestling. Again, it's those situations, Jesse, that's the 50-50 shot, and you got to hand it to Deutsch there. And I think what happened was he kept his feet moving. We might have a little injury time. It looks like maybe an ankle. We're going to step away. We'll be back after a little break here on the 549 Media Network.
It's something new every day, some different stuff to do. It's not the same monotonous thing over and over again.
Everybody works together. Everybody knows everybody. You know, we all get along just well. It's just a great company to work with.
It's like a big family here. It's just everybody gets along with everybody and everybody clicks. Everybody just helps everybody out. And it's a pretty awesome job to have.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
We're back live here. Brody Wacker shaking off an ankle injury a little bit. Gets to the center of the mat. I don't know. It doesn't look like he can put a ton of weight on it right now. Deutsch just doing a good job. 35 seconds remaining here. Wacker comes up but goes right back down. Again, the coaching staff is saying just don't do anything. The coaching staff from DGF. Brody Wacker
getting a nice escape
gets the
here.
escape, so it's 7-6. He's hobbling through. You gotta give him.
He's in deep here.
Nice shot attempt. Edge of the mat. Deutsch is doing a smart job. He's looking. Nothing called. He was off the mat. 14 seconds remaining. Nice shot by Wacker. Kind of reminds me of Karate Kid right here. I'm not sure if we're going to see the flying whatever it was, but nice job by Wacker getting in deep in a shot. 5 seconds remaining, and Deutsch takes the stall call. Again, there's not going to be enough time here, and Deutsch pulls out the win, and that just excites the crowd. And man, you got to give Wacker some credit, Jesse, as he tried to gut that out, and he gave a really nice shot there, but a 7-6 victory in favor of Deutsch.
Yeah, tough break there for Brody Wacker. I felt like he was in a pretty good spot there. Definitely could put a lot of weight on that ankle, but gutted it out, gave his team a chance. What more could you ask for?
So we head into 145 here. Johnny Ramos coming out on the mat for the Yellowjackets. Johnny 15-10 on the season. Again, coming out. He's been coming out firing. Jesse, did you happen to catch who's coming out there?
It would be Ben Thureen.
Okay, Ben Thureen, a junior as well, 14-13 on the season. I'm almost positive these guys locked up once before. I like Johnny's aggressiveness. I'm trying to dig through my paperwork with no lights on. You know about how well that's working.
Johnny defeated Mr. Thureen by major decision.
Okay, so again, this is a bonus points opportunity for the Yellowjackets. One we had in favor of the Yellowjackets. Johnny on cue does a great job and gets the takedown. Leads early 3-0 with 1:10 remaining in the match. This match brought to you by New Horizons Realty. The last match at 139 brought to you by McCall Construction.
Johnny going back to his feet here. I think he's going to look to keep the pace high here. Mr. Thurine knows that, he's probably not the favorite in this position or in this match, so he has a job to do as well. But Johnny's got to keep the pace high, try to get Mr. Thurine into some stalling trouble and work his stuff.
And my early is, I think Dresden Wegscheid maybe stole a point. I don't think that he was not favored to win. I don't know that he was favored to win. It was a toss-up by getting an extra point there. And I think maybe the Rebels feel like they stole that back with Deutsch with that last second upset. And unfortunately for Wacker, not on full strength. But, man, did he gut that out in an impressive mode. And really, it was in on a nice shot.
Really nice knee tap by Johnny Ramos, working his way over for another 3-point takedown.
And again, Matt returns. Everybody seems to love a Matt return when you can hear that Matt slap. We're under 10 seconds remaining here. It's 6-1 favor of Ramos. 15-13 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Here comes Thurine around. They're watching that knee. Again, I just watch it, and it's almost as fun to watch Mr. Brian Bakke officiate as he comes sliding across the mat to keep both wrestlers in good health.
Johnny's going to come up and say, let's go on our feet here. Look for him to continue doing what he's doing.
So point escape to Thurine, but why wouldn't you if you're Ramos? Two nice takedowns for him as we're cruising into the second period here, 10 seconds in.
Johnny does such a nice job of moving his opponent's head around, which gives him some really good angles toward attacks. There's the stall call we talked about early. Johnny's pace is just so hard to wrestle against. You can see he's not only pulling the head, he's pushing it sideways, side to side, giving himself an angle, and he's going to attack when it's right.
Well, Johnny had a little time off in there, and what I've seen is he's come back with aggression as there's another takedown, and I like his hand fighting. He's really purposefully used that for push-pull, try to get in and get his opponent moving. So 9-2, a minute 20 seconds remaining. He releases Thurine, so 9-3. Again for Johnny Ramos, and look for him to set something up here. A little quick action. You see that quick twitch gets Thurine moving. Look for that second shot, maybe a shot and then a reshot to be in.
There's
there. It is.
Deeper shot, really nice. Putting two together here. He's got to go two hands to that leg. Step over. Really nice job working to that double. He should try to shelf that leg. There's the 3-point takedown.
So up 12-3. 45 seconds remain here, and again, this was a bonus point situation for the Yellow Jackets in the first duel. Definitely looking forward again. Both wrestlers off the mat after the escape was given by Ramos. 12-4 is the lead for Ramos. We're still in the second period.
Like to see Johnny get one more here, end the period on top, setting himself up for hopefully a tech fall or a pinfall victory here. Thurine doing a good job trying to slow Johnny down with some of those ties. You can see he's squeezing the head, trying to get to an underhook. There's a nice duck under attempt, but Johnny just too quick in that position. He's got to keep running his feet here. Keep running your
5
feet.
seconds.
Keep running your feet. That should be 3. Nice job, Johnny Ramos.
So I don't want to say a cheap takedown, but a takedown in those last seconds that was earned by Ramos puts him up by 11, 15-4. On your Otter Tail Power scoreboard. And again, the final 2 minutes here. And again, I think the Yellow Jackets will take any bonus points. I think Thurine might be a tough kid to pin. Now, that could be proven wrong, but I think they really would like Johnny to work hard, get that tech fall, and gain back some of those points they lost with Wacker kind of wrestling one-legged in the last match.
Yeah, Johnny does a nice job in some of those ties, faking, snapping, faking, and then using his quickness to run behind. I'd like to see him get into some of that. Here we go, just like that. Johnny doing a nice job with a re-attack there on the edge.
Yeah, and he just looks super aggressive, and the way he walks back, I see that confidence, that swagger back in Johnny Ramos, and that's great for the Yellow Jackets. Boy, I'd like to thank a lot of sponsors, but we'll grab a few here as Johnny dives in on a single. United Community Bank, KLN, Family Brands, Perham Health, EOT Insurance, and McCall Construction, among others, bringing you live Section 8 AA wrestling here from the Fort in Glyndon, Minnesota, and it's I like the old school light, Jesse, right back down on the mat. It just kind of it's a great atmosphere right now. The fans are right on top of the action, and both wrestlers getting the due cheers from the crowd, both sides here. 15-4, 50 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Johnny's got to pick up his pace here. I know Thereen going for a takedown there. Johnny with a re-attack on the edge, should be 3. Oh, come on. Very close to a 3-point takedown on the edge there. 40 seconds left in the third period.
And I love what I just saw from Coach Vetch and his staff. They didn't argue a call. They didn't. Come on, Johnny. We need 2. So get going. They're urging him to pick up his pace. Thereen doing a nice job. Also doing a nice job. Now they're telling him to cut. 18-4. Now 18-5. Thereen doing what he should be doing, kind of pushing in. I wouldn't be surprised almost that he looks a little gassed. Maybe he dives and tries to hold on to an ankle. Both crowds now on the tip of their feet. This is what tells you every point is so crucial here.
Here we go. Johnny with a single attempt there, countered by Thereen. Looks like we're going to end this match in probably a major decision victory. Under 10 seconds here. Oh, he's got near fall here.
And there's the buzzer. He gets 4. And just like that, we went from thinking tech fall to thinking major to thinking, and now you're seeing how the Yellow Jackets acted with Bunkowski in an 18-11 in the point saved there, even though Ramos won. Ike Adams off of a victory, 9-4 on the season. Alex Anderson on the mat for the Rebels. Let me get some information on both of these guys. We know a little bit about Ike Adams coming back from a couple of injuries. He's a 10th grader, 8-4, picked up his 9th win. And for some reason, I don't have a whole lot of information, and I know he's a good wrestler. I don't know if I misplaced it, Jesse, which is probably with all that's been going on. But again, in on a deep shot here, and Ike Adams doing a nice job using his length again. I think we may end up in a stalemate unless we see some further advancement, and there's the stalemate.
Yeah, Ike doing a good job in that wizard position. This is going to be a tale of two bookend wrestlers. I think both these two are very similar in how they wrestle. They're very similar in how they're built. Ike doing a nice job posting that 2-on-1 to the mat, getting a 3-point takedown.
And I'm going to blame the lights down here. I do have information on Alex Anderson. He's a senior, 4-3 on the season. Again, I know he dealt with some injuries. I think the Yellow Jackets like this. We talked a little bit. This is our key, 152-160. And Yellow Jackets do have a little spread here in 18-13 on your Otter Tail Power scoreboard, but that's one match. And we know that there are some tough hombres coming up in the for both squads coming up here. So I think it's going to be a battle right to the end.
Ike trying to work kind of a cross-arm tilt here, showing the strength, just picking up Anderson right off the mat. And again, riding hard on top, which is something Ike is known for. We're under 10 seconds here left in the first period.
Right, and then Ike looks like he's going to take that 3-0 lead into the second period. Red has choice. That's Ike's choice. He defers. I don't know what they'll do with Anderson. He takes down position after being rode out. Sometimes I think that deters you if nothing else, there's probably a little self-doubt in there with I couldn't get free the first time. So let's see what Ike does. We get a caution.
Yeah, Ike getting a little antsy there on top. You can see he works for that little bit extra nudge on top, which is something wrestlers try to get away with. Back to his toes, trying to get a breakdown here. Ike does a really nice job using his length and leverage to try to get a good breakdown, working for wrists. There he's got him flat on the mats. He can go to work here. Ike continuing to dig for arm bars, rolling wrists. Anderson not making much of an attempt here. I wouldn't be shocked to see a stall either way, probably just the way they've been calling it tonight. Ike looks to be digging for another tilt here. We're a minute into the second period, not a whole lot of action so far. Referee's letting them wrestle here.
Yeah, thanks, Jesse, for stepping in, answering a few emails, trying to flip-flop some scores. If the score is correct that I got, Staples wins 30-29 over Holdingford.
Wow.
So, again, I believe that's Staples punching their ticket to the state championship. Again, way tighter than we thought might have been, but Yellow Jackets did wrestle that Holdingford team. 28-28 tie. They won in criteria. So it's another kind of feather in the cap of the Yellow Jackets, seeing how well they've wrestled down the stretch. And again, both of these wrestlers, it's been one of those where we've been able to catch our breath a little bit. It's not that they're not working hard. They're getting after it. 3-0 in favor of Adams from the Yellow Jackets. 22 seconds remaining. And you know, if you're DGF, you want this 1 point. You chose down. You need to get out. I would imagine Ike would go down to try to gain that point back, or get it, and he's got to stay up. And nice job.
Anderson did a good job coming to his feet, but Ike just working one mat return to the next. He continues to work top down. He's digging back for trying to roll the wrist under again. He's going to end the period on top.
Well, a little ankle pick was nice. Like you said, he kind of lost control, dropped down, grabbed the ankle, tripped him up, and again, huge ride out there for Adams. Now we're going both up 3-0, so it's anybody's game right now. And again, these are those matches we talked about. 152, 160, 121 went the way of the Yellow Jackets. So right now, Yellow Jackets in favor, and they've ran that to perfection tonight.
Yeah, that little Russian tie, drag it all the way down to the mat. Again, I don't want to say a cheap takedown, but it's a nice little takedown there. Looks like Ike's going to push the action here. He's in on a deep double leg. That should be 3 there. He's got control both hips.
And a nice bail out there. So 9-1 now, minute and a half remaining here in period number 3. And now what once looked like it was up in the air, Yellow Jackets are trying to get bonus points.
Yeah, Coach Vetch says, hey, let's drive him off and let's get after him here. Let's go get one more, then we'll ride it out. Looks like Mr. Anderson's a little bit tired, but Ike's been on top of him a long time tonight, and there he is with another 3-point takedown.
So it was 9-2, now 12-2, and again, as a senior, Anderson 4-3 record, so he's also probably been out with injury. I don't know when. I think he had early matches, so I don't know how much he's wrestled here. But again, for Ike, he just gets to look stronger and stronger each match, and that's a really good thing if you're a Yellow Jacket fan, because the few spots the Yellow Jackets could have used a little fill in there, they're getting it, and one of them is Ike Adams.
Yeah, I can't believe they've been able to wrestle this much on the mat without a single stall call so far in this match, but Ike doing a good job continuing to pressure, and yeah, they're letting them wrestle.
Well, and I guess the one thing we can say is just as wrestlers have different styles, so do referees.
Absolutely.
And again, that's the human part of the sport, and it's really good. So stalling was called at that point. It's kind of a mute point. I don't think he'd call another stall in the next 10 seconds. So it looks like Ike Adams is going to win 12-2 for a major decision for the Yellow Jackets. And that'll put the Yellowjackets up 21-13 on the scoreboard. And again, a big win for the Yellowjackets in a few of these spots where we talked about it being some toss-up matches.
We're going to go 22-13.
Aha, 22-13. Thank you for math correction there. Carson Zeise on the mat. You got to see his record there. What Carson has done has been really good. He has battled and just gotten better and better and more confident as time goes. He is taking on one of the wrestlers that wasn't there when they first wrestled in January. Austin Leinhardt, rated in the state of Minnesota, I believe 8th. Somewhere in there between the 6 and 8. He's 15-4 on the season. He had been out with injury. Again, a really quality wrestler, but I think if you're Coach Vetch, this is the matchup you wanted. You wanted to get Zeise, who's been wrestling really confident and really strong. You wanted to get him out on Leinhardt, and here it is. And this is what Section 8, you got to beat the best to get down to the XL Center. So look for Zeise he's taken a lot of kids to the mat.
Nice high crotch by Zeise. He's in deep, but Leinhardt doing a really nice job working his hips there.
Again, stuff in the head, but he's got that ankle trap behind. Again, ooh, nothing happening. It was close. And again, probably best 0-0. But if you're following Carson, you hope for that one, and that's a nice shot. Now, Leinhardt back in on a shot. Zeise meets it. And again, both wrestlers now have taken their shot, kind of seen what each other have had. 20 seconds remaining here in the period, 0-0. And it's as quiet as it's been in here all night, Jesse.
Yeah, I really like from Zeise that he pulled the trigger early, because that tells me he's thinking offense. He knows what he's looking for. He's going to be patient, but when that opportunity's there, he's going to go. But both wrestlers doing a really nice job countering great attempts from each other.
Yeah, nice period by both wrestlers. Fun to watch. Again, that 152-pound match was a big victory there for Ike Adams, brought to you by Jack Shivers Realty. This 160-pound match brought to you by Lakes Ace Hardware. Again, we'd like to thank those sponsors making this happen. And boy, we don't take it lightly that we're bringing you the championship wrestling, and it's intense in here right now.
Yeah, all fans on the edge of their seats. You can definitely tell it. We're getting to that point in the match, Lance, where one way or another it can tip here in a hurry, and hopefully we tip it in the right direction. But Carson doing a good job maintaining his base. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, it's okay. I just was going to say escape there for Zeise. I think this is one that DGF really feels like they have to win.
Yeah.
And that's it's awesome to see what Zeise's doing. And here's a shot in. Zeise meets it.
That was a really good attempt by Leinhardt there, and Zeise doing just kind of showing his strength for a sophomore. Definitely a really strong kid. Both these guys have had great attempts, really deep. It kind of reminds me of some college exchanges where you wonder how in the world do they not finish. There's Zeise's in on a deep high crotch. He's going to get the three-point takedown.
Yeah, that was an excellent reshot off of Leinhardt's shot, and again, he just sized him up, and when he came, he snuck around, and again, 4-0 now for Zeise, and you start to feel every time these things happen, the Yellowjackets' confidence grows just a little bit more, and a really great match here being wrestled by Carson. 35 seconds remaining here in the period.
You know, I think back to a tough match a couple weeks ago. Here, Zeise's working his bow and arrow. This is an interesting position here if you can get that hip to come over. But a couple short weeks ago, we had a good Frazee team come to town and kind of hand it to us. And we talked that night about how we need to improve our mat wrestling. And boy, have we really improved our mat wrestling these last couple duels. And both the bottom and the top position, we're looking to score, always looking to improve. And you know, it's a good time to make those changes and have them come to fruition.
We're going to end this period at 4-0 in favor of Zeise, and I agree with you, Jesse. I think it was Frazee, a really good wrestling squad, but I think it wasn't the Yellow Jackets' best that night. And I think it was a little bit of a wake-up call. And talking to a few of those young guys out there, they just said, we're better. We're better than that. And I think they took it to the wrestling room. And again, I think we talked to Coach Vetch, and they went back to basics for a couple weeks, and it's showing here, especially on the scoreboard, as it's 22-13 in favor of the Yellow Jackets here at 160 pounds, 4-0 in favor of Zeise in one of our big swing matches of the night.
Yeah, one thing here, you can see Leonard really picking up the pace. Zeise's doing some good fakes. Both wrestlers doing an awesome job. I mean, this is absolutely as tight as it can get with two guys as far as level, and both of them know what they need to do for their team and how important it is here. But look for Zeise to continue to use his head and hands and not lean too much, and Leonard knows he's going to have to take an opportunity here eventually.
Well, and if you do get in trouble, you got to bail here, because you can give up 3, don't give up 3 plus swipes, and then all of a sudden you're behind. But Zeise's doing a great job, hand control. Again, he's staying in there. He's going forward. No stall warning in sight if they keep wrestling this way, but you got to look for a big shot coming here pretty soon. And Zeise's done a great job capitalizing on those so far.
Yeah, this is a good spot for Zeise to be. He's got to continue with his head and hands here. You know it's coming. This is a great place to be right now. If you can cinch on that head, keep him down there. We're under 25 seconds here left in the third period. You know there's going to be a plethora of attempts here by Leonard as we get under 15. Zeise doing a good job of staying in good position. We'll take that stall call if you're the Perham Yellowjacket bench, because, again, here we are. We're in a good spot here to get another big victory.
Well, in under 15 seconds, you know you're rarely going to get another stall, and Zeise picks up a 4-0 decision. Big one for the Yellow Jackets right there, and again brings the crowd to their feet. And now the Jackets lead 25-13, heading into 172 pounds, and this is going to be interesting. Tristan Larson coming out, sets up a rematch at we won't get too far ahead, but at 89 as we get rolling.
Yeah, this should be a good one. Tristan really wrestling well late, and these two did not meet in the duel earlier. Mr. Fuller was a little bit dinged up. It's good to see him back out here and healthy enough to compete for his team. But Tristan in on a deep shot right away. Deep on the hips, going to get, Fuller did a nice job popping his hips at the edge of the mat. Good job by both wrestlers in there with a very nice exchange.
Well, one of the things you're going to see is Fuller is a big 72-pounder, and you're going to see broad shoulders, long. I think Tristan usually looks long when he wrestles at 172 pounds. Arguably, Fuller's even longer than he is. So, again, I think it's two different styles here. I think it's a technique and real aggression, and it looks like both of them are wrestling to their style right now.
Yeah, I really like that Tristan's pulling the trigger here early. I'd like to see him commit more to that finish. We're getting to a really good spot, and then we're allowing Fuller to counter here in this position. But, again, all action on Larson so far.
And, again, the run out gets a restart. 1 minute remaining, period number 1. The Yellow Jackets doing an excellent job, I think. When you're at 172 pounds and it's 25-13, both clubs are wrestling really well, but the Yellow Jackets are putting their what they wanted to do into play tonight, Jesse, and a few of them that we had penciled in
there
one way, went another way.
Really nice job by Tristan Larson there, making the adjustment. The difference that time, Lance, is he stayed low, ran his feet through that finish, and didn't give Fuller a chance to react.
Well, a lot of times you talk about half shots versus taking the full shot, and you saw a full shot there by Tristan Larson, definitely driving through and making things happen.
Yeah, I don't think Tristan has a brake pedal in his arsenal, so you know he's going to continue to fire.
3-1, Fuller in on a shot, met nicely by Larson. Now Larson just kind of holding hands, dragging out of bounds here. They're going to wrestle the edge of the mat. Looks like we may have a little blood timeout. Again, a lot of things happening. good wrestling going on here, Jesse, and it's just been a great fun duel so far.
Yeah, absolutely, and we knew coming into this, we chatted about it last night, some of the matchups we knew were going to be just nail-biters, and this has not disappointed by any means. It's been a great environment and just a great night of wrestling.
I was going to go to break, but it looks like we're waving off the blood time already as both wrestlers, are getting cleaned up and ready to go here. So 3-1 favor of Larson right now. And, man, there have been so many tight duels tonight, Jesse, that it's just been such a fun atmosphere. It's been such a fun a duel to cover here. And again, we're at the end of period number 1.
Yeah, we're in a good spot here. Fuller's going to go down here in this period. We'll see how long Tristan commits to a ride. Tristan doing a good job stopping his first move. He's continuing to put a lot of pressure on Fuller. Tristan's so long. Both these guys are so long that, they can get to things without having to overcommit and get out of position. But you can see Fuller working hands. Tristan's got to stay behind those arms on top because just like that, Fuller's waiting for him to drape a hand over so he can go 2-on-1 with that. But Tristan's got him flat on the mat here, which is a good spot to be if you're Mr. Larson. Here we go back to that Iowa ride. It's been very successful for the Jackets tonight. It seems to give the Rebels some fits.
Yeah, and again, we talked about it probably too many times, but back to basics. You get those things rolling, Jesse, and it's been so much fun. We've got another quick timeout here. We're going to take it with them. We'll be back here shortly at the 172-pound weight class.
Hey, it's Tucker again. Did you know? EOT Insurance Agency.
We're back here at the fort. 1 minute and 4 seconds remaining, period number 2. Larson up 3-1. Again, Fuller took the down position. Again, the ability for the Yellow Jackets, Jesse, something maybe we haven't talked about, to ride has maybe been the difference in this, and it's something we haven't talked about tonight.
Yeah, for sure, and not giving up those extra escape points at the end of periods, finishing with a ride out. See what the official's going to do here. I'm not sure if he gave an escape. He's going to wave off everything. So no escape, no takedown, but just a very nice mat return by Tristan Larson.
Right, it looked like he was almost out of there and not, but probably the right call because you'd be given 1 and 3. Again, Fuller up, Larson with a nice mat return again. Fuller, I thought, was going to face him that time and get out. 21 seconds remaining here.
Yeah, if nothing else, all these mat returns are going to take the wind out of Mr. Fuller's sails, and both these wrestlers, exerting a lot of energy at just how they wrestle, and we'll see who can hang on here in the third. 21 seconds left, I should say, in the second.
Again, Fuller peeling hands, trying to get up to his base. Little different strategy than the first time. 10 seconds remaining, turns Larson right back in. Does a nice job just getting deep waist now. Again, Fuller is pretty spry for a taller wrestler on the mat. It's been fun to watch him, but again, both wrestlers, I think, a little gassed here, Jesse. 3-1, a lot of energy exerted for 4 points scored.
Yeah, we'll see what the Rebels do here. Tristan took down for the third period. If he's going to commit to a ride or if he's going to try to go back to their feet and see if he can get a takedown. But look for Tristan not to waste any time here. He's got to get up and out. There we go. Nice explosion. Really good job. See if he can turn this into something else here. Here's where I'd love to see Tristan start working on Fuller's head a little bit, moving it side to side, pulling, just forcing a shot because he's going to have to commit to one here eventually, and you got to be ready for it.
Yeah, again, both wrestlers kind of sizing up. You almost like kind of getting a breather. They've extended a lot of energy. It hasn't been the high-flying maneuvers. It's just been good physical wrestling here. And again, something is going to give here. And I think the Yellow Jackets, one of the things they've done tonight, Jesse, you know way better than I do. It's when the DGF has to shoot, they've reacted to it and scored their own points.
Both guys shoot there, and it's just a stalemate. That couldn't have felt good. But nothing there, right on the edge. It's a good spot for Tristan to be. If you're Tristan, you're circling on. You're keeping Fuller right there, even though he's trying to back off. 48 seconds left here in the third period. You know there's going to be a flurry here at some point. We're down to 40 in the third period. Fuller with a nice single leg attempt here, but fought off pretty nice by Tristan. They're off the mat there. You can see Fuller trying to tiptoe 1 foot back in there, but here we are, 32 seconds left, and both fans come alive here.
Maybe we'll let the fans tell the action here for a little bit.
20 seconds in the third period.
Down under 10 now, and again, stall call here. I don't think anything's going to happen. Looks like 4-1 Larson.
Great job by Tristan Larson. You can see the growth out of him from, last year to this year. He's excited. He's looking to his crowd. Enjoy the moment here. That's a big win over a very quality opponent.
Tegan Detloff coming onto the mat. 40th win picked up tonight by forfeit, but still the 40th win. And Tegan's wrestled about every wrestler in the state of Minnesota. These two faced off. Major decision earlier in the year for Tegan Detloff bumping up to 189 pounds. Wrestling for the Rebels, a senior, Casey Macheski, 25-7 now on the season, rated in the state of Minnesota as well. So again, this is, if you're looking for feature matches, it's hard to beat the last one we just watched, but this one could be equally as good.
Yeah, for sure. And we talked body types, how similar they were last match, and here we have polar opposite. Macheski, very stocky, strong individual, and Tegan long, lanky, but aggressive as heck, and it's going to be a fun one here.
And again, we don't want to be too much of procrastination here and to really try to dive into this too much. If the Yellow Jackets win here, I think we don't have to say too much more. I think the Rebels are favored in the next two matches, Jesse. So this is the key one right here for the Yellow Jackets. If Macheski could pull off a win somehow, all of a sudden you're within that 12 points. Again, you've got a shot to at least tie it, and then it goes to criteria. And, boy, that would be eerily to what we thought might be the case earlier today. We haven't given away our scores. But, again, this is a key one for the Yellow Jackets. And give Coach Vetch and his staff credit. They put these guys in the spots right where they wanted them to be tonight.
Tegan in a nice single leg there on the edge. Not giving him 3 yet. Oh, we got to give it.
They're going to talk. Referees are going to.
Fans are up in arms. I got to see what's going on here. They're going to award the 3-point takedown on the edge.
And you know what? That just shows the veteran leadership of Brian Bakke. He wasn't sure. He took the time, just talked it through. Don't award it and then take it away, because now you've got a mess on your hands.
Now you got everybody mad.
Yep.
No.
So that's probably the best way to let it play out. And again, nice job. Nice job by Tegan Detloff. Up 3-1, 25 seconds remaining here.
Nice slide by Tegan. This would be a big takedown here. Macheski trying to force his way to the edge, and Tegan goes to the hips. He should be getting near fall here. This is huge for the Jackets. He might be in trouble. Mashesky comes to his belly there. Looks like we're going to get takedown and 4 near fall for Tegan Detloff.
And 5 seconds remain off the mat, so 10-1 lead for Tegan Detloff. Again, back to the center of the mat, and again, a little bit what Detloff did when the first time they wrestled. So again, Tegan again coming through, but you could say that by multiple wrestlers tonight for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, Tegan not always spending a lot of time in the top position, but he knows here with short time he's got to get a ride out. And what an exchange there by Tegan Detloff to go from a slide by all the way to a takedown and near fall.
Yeah, and less than a second remaining right there as we go. It's Green's choice. He's going to take down. Again, I think I think you're looking for points. He knows Tegan isn't one that really likes to ride. He'd rather get in the takedown game, so you take the free point. Now down by 8, 10-2. Another a big match here, and again, Tegan Detloff has been the man to step up in a lot of big matches this year for the Yellow Jackets.
Well, you prefaced the situation we're in right now. This win means a lot for the Jackets, and what other guy would you want to send out there for your team in this moment? Tegan's being aggressive again. He's going to get a 3-point takedown on the edge.
And again, up 13-12, now getting the crowd backing him here a little bit. And again, the one good thing with having Tegan on the mat right now, he's a very smart wrestler, and he's been in every situation that you possibly can do. Here's an elevator type throw, and Tegan just rides it out.
Yeah, he knows what Mashesky's got to do here to get himself back in this match. And Tegan talked openly with us after a duel earlier in the year how that's why he spends most of his time below the knee, because you just avoid all issues that arise here, and you're seeing some savvy wrestling for a 3-point takedown again on the edge.
Yeah, up 16-3 now, and just imposing his will on Mashesky. And again, I can't state enough, this is a top 10 wrestler in the state of Minnesota at 189. And again, Tegan Detloff just orchestrating, and he does it in such a manner. Nothing's super flashy, nothing. He just is so technically sound.
Yeah, for sure, and I don't think he gets enough credit for how strong he is. I mean, if you look at him, he's very tall, very slender, but that guy is strong, and you're seeing one of the strongest 189-pounders in the state here, and Tegan bumping up a weight class, doing what he needs to do to win this match.
Right, and one of the things with strength, I think he knows leverage so well. Tegan uses that leverage, and you watch him position his body with 2 seconds remaining here. He gets the most out of his strength that he possibly can, and that's just years and years of wrestling, and he knows exactly what he can and what he can't do. We're going to head into period number 3.
No surprise here. Tegan's going to go neutral. Up 16-4 here in the third period.
Again, and that's where we talk about it was June 8th and all this happened, but it has to play in Mashesky's head just a little bit what happened here the first time. And now Tegan's kind of doing the same thing, and now he's probably going to wrestle really smart. Don't do anything that's going to get you in harm's way. Go back to what got you here, and he's in on that single again.
There it is. He's going to finish this. And there it is. Tegan Detloff with a tech fall victory for the Jackets. And that, Lance, is going to punch their ticket to the state tournament.
It certainly is, Jesse, and man, I'm just going to give hats off to these kids right now of what they have accomplished. And again, Coach Vetch and his staff deserve equal amount of credit. We're not going to go away. We're not going to stop calling the matches. But again, what a great moment for these kids.
Yeah, just all that hard work, the belief at the beginning of the year that you could be here and you could dethrone the Rebels, who were told all year that they're going to be the #1 team, and here we are. Again, you're going to see why the Rebels are so tough here in these last couple weights.
You know, Logan Cook coming out here has had a really good year for the Yellow Jackets, 20-15 on the season. He's up against number 2 or 3 in the state, I believe, right now. Caleb Johnson made quite the run last year. He's 32-4 on the season. Early takedown. you're also going to see why these guys were pretty good on the football field after these last 3 weights, just the size of these guys alone. But again, Johnson has just really found his way on the mat, Jesse, and he made such a great run last year in the individual title. I think it just catapulted him into that next class of 215-pounders, and now that's why he's rated so high in the state.
Yeah, definitely. He's a special athlete. You don't often see guys his size who can move like he can, and again, a great state tournament. You and I both followed him down there, and he set himself up, got himself to the finals. Here he's got a tilt on Logan Gook. He's going to get a 4-point near fall. I can't say I'm disappointed that he's going to be graduating and we don't have to try to tackle him next year.
I will second you on that, and really played quarterback, played tight end, and there's the fall. Again, he's just turned himself into one of those really, really good, and that's why the spread needed to be where it was at. And Logan Gook is one tough customer as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and you're going to see another specimen of an athlete coming out here at heavyweight for the Rebels. The Yellow Jackets are going to send Lou Harms. Great opportunity for Lou here to stack himself up against one of the best heavyweights in the state. I think Roy Rood is ranked a top 5 for sure.
I think it's like almost two, somewhere in there now. So again, Lou Harms, a sophomore, again has an opportunity here to go out and wrestle Roy Rood, a senior. 33-1 on the season. You're going to see some brute strength here, and look at Lou do a nice job and try to roll, but just a little bit too much Roy Rood right now. Jesse, he was in the 152-pound weight class last year, so weight room has been seen again, and Lou Harms now just trying to stay off his back here. You'd like to see him try to get to his belly, but you can just see that brute strength by Roy Rood.
Yeah, Lou doing a nice job trying to fend off that double leg. He's in a tough spot here. Roy Rood, tough in this position. Not your average looking heavyweight, but it'll be fun to watch him down at the state tournament.
And there's the fall, and again, Roy Rood, one tough customer, a little bit too late, but you saw where we were at. 33-25, Yellow Jackets punch their ticket to the state tournament in the XL Energy Center. We'll talk more about that when we come back. There'll be an award ceremony. We'll stay for that. We'll make sure to try to get as much as you can. We're going to let you see them go through the line before we go to commercial break. We'll talk a little bit through the medal round. Hopefully we can get all these guys. They're just due. We have some players or wrestlers of the match. We got some things to go through as well. But again, what an evening for the Yellow Jackets, Jesse. And wow, they orchestrated a plan, and they dotted every I and crossed every T.
You can't help but smile and just think about the work, think about the adversity they might have encountered this season. It wasn't a perfect season for the Yellow Jackets, but you get hot at the right time, you get back to basics, and you come wrestle your best wrestling when you need to, and you deserve to be down there.
Right, and I would imagine there'll be a team medal situation coming up here. We're going to step away, kind of gather our thoughts for just a second. We'll be back, and we'll bring you all the information and give you everything we can as we get going here. Yellow Jackets, Section 8 AA champions.
Something new every day, some different stuff to do. It's not the same monotonous thing over and over again.
Everybody works together, everybody knows everybody, you know, we all get along just well. It's just a great company to work with.
It's like a big family here. It's just everybody gets along with everybody, and everybody clicks. Everybody just helps everybody out, and it's a pretty awesome job to have.
This year, United Community Bank wants to welcome you home. If you close on a new home or land purchase with United Community Bank before December 15th, You'll earn a $500 gift to a local business. Welcome home from your friends at UCB. Terms and conditions apply. Learn more at ucbankmn.com. United Community Bank, Perham, Frazee, Dent. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. NMLS number 421829.
What sets the world's leading hospitals apart from the rest? It's their continued ability to deliver the highest quality patient care. Perham Health is honored to be a top 10 Minnesota hospital. Patients experience it, and Newsweek has recognized it. Even during the unpredictability of the pandemic, the nurses, doctors, and many others at Perham Health put their best foot forward. Thank you to everyone at Perham Health for continuing to provide the best patient care.
McCall Construction is the Lakes Area full-service construction management company, offering a truly personalized experience. From dream homes to commercial spaces, McCall Construction focuses on putting you first with experienced value engineering that delivers on your vision and surpasses your expectations. Whether you already have a plan or you're just getting started, give them a call. McCall Construction will make the entire process so much easier. Call them at 218-346-7070 or check them out on Facebook.
I'm Jen Hendrickson with United Community Bank.
Jacket Pride isn't something we take lightly. We support the teachers and support staff that help teach our children every day. We support local Perm athletes with our Battle of the Bees sponsorship nights. And every year we award 4 scholarships to Perm seniors. Yellowjackets are my team, and United Community Bank is my bank.
Hi, my name's Wally Anderson. I've been at Tuffy's for 3 years at the warehouse. I just recently bought a Panoptics. It's like an underwater camera. Saved my profit sharing checks for it, and I purchased it, and I can't really wait to use it this winter go ice fishing. KLM's got better health insurance. Their profit sharing checks, it's a huge difference. It's bar none by far the best company to come work for.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint brands. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Hi, this is Mallory Stotterell
and Erica Saylor from Lakes Ace Hardware.
You can expect expert help for your next project at Lakes Ace Hardware,
right here in downtown Perham.
It's not necessary to build your business in Perham, Minnesota to be successful. But it sure does help. Hammers Construction, your vision, our team.
Well, welcome back into the fort. You're going to see DGF coming up and getting their runner-up, Section 8 AA runner-up medals. We're going to talk a little bit, and then when the Yellowjackets come up, we'll try to get the crowd mic so you can hear it. You'll get to watch them come out, accept their medal. I'll try to get the camera in a little bit better placing for that as well. We'll try to get everything we can, so if you want this as a memory, which it is going to be a memory, you'll have it here live on 549 Media. So, Jesse, let's get a couple things out of the way here. Let's go Wrestler of the Match by Steve Sanitation.
I think tonight you got to go with Tegan Detloff, who kind of stamped your ticket. He wasn't. I mean, obviously it was a group effort, but a good ranked win, and he did it in style with a tech fall against a very quality opponent.
Yeah, and then we can we'll wait and see here a little bit. I think they're going to do team pin for the win tonight.
We're going to go Bo Bush. I believe he was the only pin for the Jackets tonight.
Yeah, and that's brought to you by Horace Mann Insurance. And nothing more fitting. We're going to go the KLN big move of the match and the money move by United Community Bank to the team of the Perham Yellowjackets, your 2025 Section 8 AA champions. And we're going to try to catch the medal ceremony here. I'm a little tight squeeze for where I'm sitting right now, but I'm going to try to get the camera ready to roll. And getting called down to the mat is Superintendent Mitch Anderson to give out the awards to the Yellow Jackets, and we'll do our best to try to catch the announcer, and we'll also get them in the screen. Here we go.
Hunter Hahn, Bo Bush, Jackson Kugler, Dresden Wakeshire, Peyton Trout, Sheriff Garrett, Zane Wacker, Nick Peters, Johnny Ramos, Brody Wacker, Chevy Perham, Isaac Adams, Carson Zeese, Tegan Detloff, Tristan Larson, Logan Guck, John Steep, Cash Burt, Lucille Barnes. Get the team captains to come forward and receive the championship flag.
Well, Jesse, I think that kind of says it all. Picture's going to be taken here. We'll try to get in there as well for the Yellow Jackets. A great night for these young men, and well-deserved. They wrestled. I'm not going to say they wrestled the match of their lifetime, but they did everything right tonight. And again, it goes from the coaching staff putting a great plan together, but it only happens if the kids execute it. And I thought they did an extremely good job tonight in every aspect of what they're doing.
Yeah, when talking to Superintendent Mitch Anderson next to me, I said when you win the toss-up matches, it tends to go in your favor, and I think the Yellow Jackets did that tonight. They came ready to roll. They just had a difference in, not in their ability, but just a difference in their how they showed up, how they approached the match, and how they finished the match. And
well, and I agree with you, and I think we had about 3 toss-up matches in there, and I think the Yellow Jackets were 3 for 3. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, but when we did our deal, I guess I will let. We went 30-30, and it went to criteria, but again, when you look at the scoreboard, we had one of the matches going one way and one the other way, and then the toss-up, and there's your score. And so the Yellow Jackets did exactly what they needed to do tonight in every stretch of the imagination, and what a gutty performance by the Yellow Jackets. And you can go down the line. You can go to Wacker gutting it out on one leg to you can go to Tegan Detloff taking a number 7-8 rated kid in the state of Minnesota and getting a tech fall, to Tristan Larson winning one that when you needed to have that win. And so again, such fun stuff for kids. And that's the end all. And every sport works hard, Jesse, but after watching my boys go through wrestling, you've been through it. This is sure a light at the end of the tunnel. And when you're building a program, success like this, success always brings more success. And you watch these little kids running around, they're high-fiving their heroes right now of the Yellowjackets, and they're waiting to have that medal wrapped around their neck someday as they come through the Yellowjacket program.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, you can see all the young Yellowjackets around here, and I'm sure many of them at home watching, and they now can imagine themselves being in their shoes. And for the wrestlers, for the coaches, it makes you just smile. I feel so happy for all the people involved, because again, you deserved it. And a lot of people deserved it, but tonight it was us, and they're going to enjoy their time. Nobody can take it away from them. They will be section champions for the rest of their life.
Exactly, and they're going to get their chance to wrestle in the XL Center. I know for my boys that was a thrill of a lifetime. I remember eyes wide open as Leighton was an 8th grader and Braylon was an 8th grader, and his turn to get down to the state tournament, and what an experience it was. And it's something they talk about to this day. And at the beginning of our broadcast, Jesse, we talked about it's more than wins and losses, it's about memories. And this is great win. This is awesome. But these guys will have a bond for the rest of their lives because they can say they were Section 8 AA champions together. And again, it's been an honor to call them. I don't know if our time is done or not yet. We'll tell you it's a ways off for the state tournament yet, so those of you fired up for watching and you want to watch more, you got a couple weeks now because individuals take place next week. They'll be in Park Rapids. Here's one thing that I've known from my boys. A little bit of stress gets taken off when you already know you're going down to the XL.
Absolutely, and you know you're going to be practicing with some of your buddies who are going to make it, so a lot of times high waters raise all ships, and you just hope they can continue to perform like they did tonight next weekend and put another memorable weekend together.
And the reason why I say that, it isn't that they're going to try hard. It just takes a little bit of those nerves off when you're already going to be there, and maybe you wrestle better because there's not that pressure of if I don't make it, I'm not going. You're already punched your ticket. Now you can make it equally as fun and go as an individual. So for the Yellowjackets, a lot going on. I know I believe 2 Thursdays from now will be the state team tournament. And for that, we won't know a whole lot yet till all of the tickets are punched and they seed the top 4 or 5, and then it's random draw from there on. And again, when you're the Yellowjackets, I don't think this group of athletes are just satisfied to be there. And I don't, at this point, I don't think it matters. We went back to, I think you wrestle a faceless opponent now. You go, and whether they're the 1 seed, the 2 seed, the 3, the 4, whatever it may be, you go out and you're going to wrestle the way you wrestled tonight, just like you want to win every match from now till you're done wrestling. And I think for the Yellowjackets, that's what we're going to see out of them.
No doubt. And I'm going to quote Coach Vetch here in a conversation we had a couple weeks ago about this very moment, and he said his message to the boys was, you just got to get down there. You just got to get down there. You got to experience it. And then once you're down there, the weight's off. I mean, you don't have to worry about anything. You've done it, and then you can continue to do it in the future.
Right, and again, it's such a great feeling as you're watching family and friends and pictures being taken, and it takes me back. And it's been a while for me and my family, but you go instantly right back to that feeling, and that's the cool part. They will have this feeling for the rest of their lives. And again, hats off to the Yellowjackets. Hats off to the Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton Rebels, Jesse. I think we've talked a lot about the Yellowjackets. They had a quality team, a solid team. I think they just ran into a buzzsaw tonight that I'm not sure what would have changed that would have made the outcome any different. Just the way the Jackets came out to wrestle takes nothing away from the Rebels. They have a really quality team.
Yeah, and I would be very shocked if the Rebels don't have a good showing next weekend and find their way down there for a few of their individuals. And again, great season. Health-wise, probably wasn't the way they envisioned it, but you gotta play the hand you're dealt with, and a valiant effort nonetheless from the Rebels.
Well, with that being said, Jesse, I mean, there's nothing else for us to really say but how proud we are of the Perham Yellowjackets. It's been a pleasure calling them. I would be remiss if I didn't thank a few people. Jason Groth gets everything ready for us to be on air. We look a lot smarter than we are because of him. He makes the buttons easy to push, and we can do all the things that we're going to do. Tanya Beachy, every graphic you saw has been done by her, and she always does it with a smile. What do you need? What do you want? What do we want to put on air? So, Tanya, we just want to thank you so much for what you've done for this. And I'd really be remiss not to thank you, Jesse, because my family's the first to call out my faults in calling wrestling. That's not even the move, Dad. And you bring your wealth of experience and knowledge and coaching to this program. So thank you for what you're doing. So with that being said, we're proud to end this broadcast by saying your Perham Yellowjackets are the 2025 Section 8 AA champions. Their next team their next team duel will be at the XL Energy Center, and we're so excited for them. So for Jesse Hine, I'm Lance Rock. We just want to thank you again for joining 549 Media in this broadcast of Section 8 AA Wrestling.